Welcome. Take a deep breath. Get comfortable. You're about to discover something wonderful. Your body has an incredible ability to heal itself, to grow stronger, and to help you live a longer, healthier life. And the best part? You don't need expensive treatments or complicated solutions. Simple changes, small habits, things you can start doing tomorrow can transform how you feel. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about giving your body what it needs to thrive. So relax, listen, and know that every single tip you're about to hear is something you can actually do. Let's begin this journey together. Our first trick is about light, specifically morning sunlight. When you wake up in the morning, one of the best things you can do is step outside and let natural light hit your eyes. Not through a window, not through sunglasses. Just step outside for 5 to 10 minutes and face the general direction of the sun. You don't need to stare at it. Just be outside. This simple act does something amazing in your brain. It resets your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is like your body's internal clock. It tells you when to feel awake and when to feel sleepy. Morning sunlight sends a signal to your brain that says, "It's daytime now. Time to be alert." This helps you feel more energized during the day and helps you fall asleep easier at night. If you struggle with sleep, this one change can make a real difference. Even on cloudy days, the outdoor light is still much brighter than indoor lights. So make it a habit. Wake up. Go outside. Let the light in. After you've gotten your morning sunlight, it's time to hydrate. But not just with any water. Trick number 2 is drinking mineralized water first thing in the morning. While you sleep, your body loses water through breathing and sweating. When you wake up, you're naturally a bit dehydrated. Drinking water helps wake up your system. But here's the key. Adding minerals to your water makes it even better. Minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium help your cells actually absorb the water. Plain water is good, but water with a pinch of sea salt or a mineral supplement is even better. It gives your body what it needs to function properly. Your muscles need these minerals. Your nerves need them. Even your brain works better when you're properly hydrated with minerals. So start your day with a tall glass of mineralized water. Your body will thank you. Now let's talk about your mind. Trick number 3 is gratitude journaling. This is simple but powerful. Every day, take just 2 or 3 minutes to write down things you're grateful for. Could be big things like your family or your health. Or it could be small things, like a good cup of coffee or a sunny day. When you practice gratitude regularly, it changes your brain. Science shows that gratitude reduces stress, improves your mood, and can even help you sleep better. It shifts your focus away from worries and toward the good things in your life. You don't need a fancy journal. A simple notebook works perfectly. Some people do this in the morning. Some do it before bed. Find what works for you. The important thing is to make it a habit. 3 things you're grateful for every single day. Over time, you'll notice you feel calmer, happier, and more content. Humans are social creatures. We need connection. Trick number 4 is about building social connection rituals into your life. This means creating regular moments where you connect with other people. Could be a weekly phone call with a friend, a monthly dinner with family, a daily conversation with your neighbor. Even a few minutes of real connection makes a difference. Studies show that people with strong social connections live longer and healthier lives. They have lower rates of depression and anxiety. They recover faster from illness. Their immune systems work better. In our busy world, it's easy to let connections fade. But making them a ritual, something you do regularly and intentionally, keeps them strong. Put it on your calendar if you need to. Protect that time. Your relationships aren't just nice to have. They're essential for your health and longevity. Our next trick might be challenging, but it's worth it. Trick number 5 is creating digital detox periods. This means setting aside specific times when you step away from screens. No phone, no computer, no TV. Maybe it's the first hour after you wake up. Maybe it's during meals. Maybe it's the last hour before bed. During these times, you give your brain a break from the constant stimulation of digital devices. This helps reduce stress and anxiety. It improves your focus. It helps you be more present with the people around you. Our brains weren't designed for the constant notifications and information overload we experience today. They need rest. They need quiet. Start small if you need to. Even 20 minutes a day without screens can help. You might notice you feel calmer. You might sleep better. You might even enjoy conversations more. The digital world will still be there when you come back, but you'll return to it refreshed. The air you breathe matters more than you might think. Trick number 6 is air purification for cleaner indoor air. Most of us spend the majority of our time indoors, and indoor air can actually be more polluted than outdoor air. It can contain dust, mold spores, chemicals from cleaning products, and other particles that irritate your lungs and immune system. Using an air purifier helps remove these particles, giving you cleaner air to breathe. This is especially helpful if you have allergies or asthma. But even if you don't, cleaner air means less stress on your respiratory system. Your body doesn't have to work as hard to filter out irritants. Look for purifiers with HEPA filters, which catch the smallest particles. Place one in your bedroom for better sleep. Place one in your main living area. You can also improve your air by opening windows when weather permits and adding houseplants, which naturally filter air. Breathing clean air is a simple way to reduce inflammation and support your overall health. Light affects you all day long, not just in the morning. Trick number 7 is wearing blue light filtering glasses at night. Blue light is a type of light that comes from the sun during the day, which is great for keeping you alert. But it also comes from screens and LED lights, which we use at night. When your eyes receive blue light in the evening, your brain gets confused. It thinks it's still daytime, so it doesn't produce as much melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that makes you feel sleepy. Less melatonin means harder time falling asleep. Blue light filtering glasses block this type of light, helping your brain understand that it's nighttime. Wear them for 2 to 3 hours before bed. You'll probably notice you feel sleepier at your normal bedtime. Your sleep quality may improve too. You can find these glasses online for reasonable prices. Some are even stylish. It's a small investment that can make a big difference in how well you sleep. Speaking of sleep, let's talk about how you wake up. Trick number 8 is using circadian audio alarms. Instead of waking up to a jarring, loud beep, you wake up to sounds that gradually increase in volume. These could be nature sounds, like birds chirping or waves on a beach. They could be gentle chimes or soft music. The key is that they start quiet and slowly get louder. This mimics how you would naturally wake up to the sunrise. Your body transitions from sleep to wakefulness more gently. You don't get that jolt of stress that comes from a sudden, loud alarm. Starting your day calmly, instead of with a spike of stress hormones, sets a better tone for your entire day. Your nervous system stays more balanced. You feel more peaceful. Most smartphones have settings that allow you to choose these kinds of alarms. Take a moment to set yours up. Your mornings will feel so much better. Your body is designed to move, but not just through exercise. Trick number 9 is mobility drills for joint longevity. Mobility means how well your joints can move through their full range of motion. As we age, we tend to lose mobility. Our hips get tight. Our shoulders get stiff. This happens partly because we sit so much and partly because we don't move our joints in all the ways they're designed to move. Mobility drills are simple movements that take your joints through their full range. For your shoulders, this might be arm circles. For your hips, it might be leg swings. For your spine, it might be gentle twists. Spending just 5 to 10 minutes a day on mobility work keeps your joints healthy. It reduces pain. It helps prevent injuries. It makes everyday movements easier. You don't need any equipment. You can do these drills while watching TV or after you wake up. Your future self will be grateful that you took care of your joints now. And finally, trick number 10. The simplest and perhaps most powerful movement of all, walking. Walking is foundational movement. It's something humans have done for millions of years. It doesn't require a gym membership or special equipment. You just need to put one foot in front of the other. Walking has incredible health benefits. It strengthens your heart. It helps control blood sugar. It reduces stress and anxiety. It helps you maintain a healthy weight. It even helps your brain work better. Studies show that people who walk regularly have a lower risk of almost every major disease. The key is to make it a daily habit. Even 20 or 30 minutes makes a difference. Walk in your neighborhood. Walk in a park. Walk to run errands when you can. Make it enjoyable. Listen to music or podcasts if you like. Or just enjoy the silence and the movement. Walking is medicine. It's free. It's accessible. And it works. Make walking a non-negotiable part of your day, and you're investing in a longer, healthier life. These 10 tricks are just the beginning. Each one is simple. Each one is powerful. And together, they create a foundation for better health. You don't need to do all of them perfectly. Start with 1 or 2. Build from there. Your body has an amazing capacity to respond to the care you give it. So take a deep breath. Rest easy. And know that you have the power to improve your health, one small step at a time. Sweet dreams. Let's continue our journey toward better health. You're doing great. Just by listening, you're already taking steps to improve your life. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about progress. Small changes add up to big results. So relax, breathe deeply, and let's explore the next 10 ways you can support your body and mind. Sleep is perhaps the most important thing you can do for your health. Trick number 11 is optimizing both the quantity and quality of your sleep. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Not 5, not 6, 7 to 9. When you get enough quality sleep, your body repairs itself. Your brain consolidates memories and clears out waste. Your immune system strengthens. Your hormones balance. But it's not just about hours. Quality matters too. Quality sleep means you're cycling properly through all the sleep stages, including deep sleep and REM sleep. To optimize your sleep, keep your bedroom cool, around 65 to 68 degrees. Make it as dark as possible. Use blackout curtains if you need to. Keep it quiet, or use a white noise machine if you live in a noisy area. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This trains your body's internal clock. Avoid caffeine after noon because it stays in your system for hours. And avoid alcohol before bed. While it might make you feel sleepy, it actually disrupts your sleep cycles. When you prioritize sleep, everything else in your life gets better. Your mood improves. Your focus sharpens. Your body heals. Sleep isn't laziness. It's essential maintenance for being human. Now let's talk about a mineral that can transform your sleep and recovery. Trick number 12 is magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 different processes in your body. It helps your muscles relax, calms your nervous system, supports deep, restful sleep. Many people don't get enough magnesium from their diet. Stress depletes it. Exercise uses it up. And our modern foods often don't contain as much as they used to. If you have trouble falling asleep, or if you wake up during the night, or if your muscles feel tense, you might benefit from magnesium. You can get it from foods like dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate. But many people also benefit from a magnesium supplement taken in the evening. There are different forms of magnesium. Magnesium glycinate is especially good for sleep because it's well absorbed and very calming. Start with a modest dose and see how you feel. Many people notice they fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply. They wake up feeling more refreshed. Their muscles feel less tight and sore. Magnesium is a simple addition that can have profound effects on how you feel every single day. Let's move on to eating patterns. Trick number 13 is intermittent fasting windows. Intermittent fasting simply means you eat your meals within a specific time window each day, and you fast for the rest of the time. A common approach is eating within an 8-hour window, like from noon to 8 p.m., and fasting for the other 16 hours. During the fasting period, you only drink water, black coffee, or tea with nothing added. Here's why this helps. When you're constantly eating throughout the day, your body is always in digestion mode. It never gets a break. When you give your body a fasting period, it has time to repair cells, reduce inflammation, and even burn stored fat for energy. Intermittent fasting has been shown to improve blood sugar control, reduce inflammation, support brain health, and may even help you live longer. It's not about eating less necessarily. It's about eating within a compressed time window. This isn't right for everyone. If you're pregnant, if you have certain medical conditions, or if you have a history of eating disorders, this might not be for you. But for many people, it's a simple way to support metabolic health. Start gradually if you try it. Maybe start with a 12-hour fasting window and work your way up. Listen to your body. Find what feels sustainable for you. What you eat matters just as much as when you eat. Trick number 14 is following a whole food, inflammation-reducing diet. Whole foods are foods that are as close to their natural state as possible. Vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, whole grains, beans, fish, eggs. Foods without long ingredient lists. Foods your great-grandmother would recognize. These foods are packed with nutrients your body needs. They contain vitamins, minerals, fiber, and compounds that fight inflammation. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection, but chronic, low-level inflammation contributes to almost every modern disease. Heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, arthritis, cancer. The good news is that what you eat can either increase or decrease inflammation. Processed foods, foods high in sugar, and foods with artificial ingredients tend to increase inflammation. Whole foods tend to reduce it. Fill your plate with colorful vegetables. Choose berries and other fruits. Eat nuts and seeds. Choose fish over other meats when you can. Use olive oil and avocados for healthy fats. Season your food with herbs and spices like turmeric and ginger, which have anti-inflammatory properties. You don't need to be perfect, but the more whole foods you eat and the fewer processed foods, the better you'll feel. Your energy will improve, your digestion will improve, and you'll be protecting yourself from chronic disease. Speaking of meat, let's address an important point. Trick number 15 is reducing your intake of red and processed meat. This doesn't mean you can never eat a burger or have bacon, but reducing how often you eat these foods can benefit your health. Red meat includes beef, pork, and lamb. Processed meat includes things like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and deli meats. Research consistently shows that people who eat a lot of red and processed meat have higher rates of heart disease, certain cancers, and other health problems. Processed meats are especially concerning because they often contain preservatives and high amounts of salt. Red meat, when eaten in large amounts, may increase inflammation and affect your gut bacteria in negative ways. The recommendation from health organizations is to limit red meat to a few times per week at most, and to minimize processed meats. What should you eat instead? Chicken, turkey, and fish are better options. Plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and tofu are excellent. Eggs are a great protein source. When you do eat red meat, choose higher quality options when possible. Grass-fed beef has a better nutritional profile than conventional beef. And keep your portions moderate. Think of meat as a side dish rather than the main event. Your heart and your overall health will benefit from this simple shift. Now let's talk about fats. Not all fats are bad. In fact, some are essential. Trick number 16 is increasing your omega-3 intake for brain and heart health. Omega-3s are a type of fat that your body needs but can't make on its own. You have to get them from food. These fats are crucial for your brain. Your brain is almost 60% fat, and omega-3s are a major component. They help your brain cells communicate. They support memory and mood. Low levels of omega-3s are linked to depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. Omega-3s are also powerful for your heart. They reduce inflammation in your blood vessels. They help keep your heartbeat regular. They can lower triglycerides and reduce your risk of heart disease. The best source of omega-3s is fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, and anchovies are all excellent choices. Aim to eat fatty fish at least twice a week. If you don't eat fish, you can get some omega-3s from walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. But the type of omega-3 in plant foods isn't quite the same as what's in fish. Many people benefit from a fish oil or algae oil supplement to make sure they're getting enough. Taking care of your brain and heart with omega-3s is one of the most important things you can do for long-term health. Let's shift to exercise. Specifically, a type of exercise you might not have heard of. Trick number 17 is Zone 2 cardio training. Zone 2 refers to a specific intensity of aerobic exercise. It's the pace where you're working moderately hard, but you can still hold a conversation. You're breathing a bit harder than normal, but you're not gasping for air. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 5 or 6 in terms of effort. This might be a brisk walk, an easy jog, cycling at a comfortable pace, or swimming at a steady speed. Zone 2 training is incredibly powerful because it improves your mitochondria. Mitochondria are the tiny powerhouses inside your cells that produce energy. The better your mitochondria function, the more energy you have and the healthier you are. Zone 2 training also improves your ability to burn fat for fuel. It strengthens your heart and lungs. It reduces inflammation, and it builds endurance. The key is to do this type of exercise regularly. Aim for at least 150 minutes per week. That could be 30 minutes 5 days a week, or 45 minutes 3 or 4 days a week. Find what fits your schedule. The important thing is that you're in that Zone 2 intensity. Not too easy, not too hard. Just that comfortable, sustainable pace where you could keep going for a long time. This is the foundation of cardiovascular health and longevity. Before you exercise, there's something important you should do. Trick number 18 is using dynamic warm-ups before exercise. A warm-up prepares your body for movement. It raises your body temperature. It increases blood flow to your muscles. It gets your joints moving through their range of motion. A dynamic warm-up uses movement rather than static stretching. Instead of holding stretches, you do movements that mimic what you're about to do in your workout. If you're going to run, your warm-up might include leg swings, walking lunges, and high knees. If you're going to lift weights, your warm-up might include arm circles, bodyweight squats, and light movements with the muscles you're about to use. Dynamic warm-ups reduce your risk of injury significantly. They help your muscles contract more effectively. They improve your performance. And they help your nervous system get ready for the work ahead. Spend 5 to 10 minutes warming up before any workout. It doesn't need to be complicated. Just get your body moving in ways that prepare it for what's coming. This simple habit will keep you healthier and help you get more out of every workout. Plus, you'll feel better during and after exercise when you've properly prepared your body. Movement and breathing are deeply connected. Trick number 19 is pairing breathwork with movement. Your breath is incredibly powerful. How you breathe affects your nervous system, your energy, and even your mental state. When you exercise, most people don't think about their breathing. They just breathe however feels natural. But intentional breathing during movement can enhance the benefits. During strength training, exhale during the hard part of the movement when you're lifting or pushing. Inhale during the easier part. This helps stabilize your core and gives you more power. During cardio, try to establish a rhythm. Maybe you breathe in for 3 steps and out for 3 steps. This keeps you from holding your breath and helps you stay relaxed. You can also use specific breathing techniques during or after exercise. Box breathing is simple and effective. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts. Breathe out for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts. Repeat. This calms your nervous system and helps you recover. Breathing through your nose as much as possible rather than your mouth has benefits too. Filters the air, warms it, and helps you maintain a good pace. Pay attention to your breath during movement. Make it intentional. You'll find you have more control over your body and your mind. Finally, let's talk about stress. Stress is one of the biggest threats to health and longevity. Trick number 20 is stress reduction through social and mental hygiene. Just like you brush your teeth for physical hygiene, you need practices for mental and social hygiene. Mental hygiene means taking care of your mind. This includes limiting exposure to negative news and social media that makes you anxious or upset. It means setting boundaries around work and not letting stress take over your life. It means practicing mindfulness or meditation, even just for a few minutes a day. It means talking to someone, whether a friend, family member, or therapist, when you're struggling. You don't have to carry everything alone. Social hygiene means tending to your relationships. It means surrounding yourself with people who support you and letting go of toxic relationships when possible. It means communicating clearly and resolving conflicts rather than letting resentment build. It means asking for help when you need it. Both mental and social hygiene require regular attention. You can't just do them once and be done. They're ongoing practices. But when you take care of your mental and social health, your stress levels drop. Your physical health improves. You feel more resilient. You enjoy life more. In a world that can feel overwhelming, these practices are your anchor. They keep you grounded, connected, and capable of handling whatever comes your way. You've just learned 10 more powerful ways to support your health. From optimizing your sleep to managing stress, from choosing better foods to moving your body wisely, each of these practices builds on the others. You're creating a lifestyle that supports longevity and vitality. Remember, you don't have to implement everything at once. Choose 1 or 2 things that resonate with you. Make them habits. Then add more when you're ready. Your body is remarkably resilient and responsive. Give it what it needs, and it will reward you with energy, health, and years of vibrant living. Rest well. You're on the right path. Welcome back. You're continuing to build a foundation for lasting health and vitality. Each practice you learn is another tool in your toolkit, another way to support your body's natural ability to thrive. So settle in, get comfortable, and let's explore 10 more powerful strategies that can transform how you feel and how well you age. Let's start with something that might sound uncomfortable at first, but has remarkable benefits. Trick number 21 is cold exposure for mitochondrial activation. Cold exposure means intentionally exposing your body to cold temperatures. This could be a cold shower, an ice bath, or even just finishing your regular shower with 30 seconds of cold water. When your body experiences cold, it has to work to maintain its core temperature. This activates your mitochondria, those tiny energy powerhouses in your cells. Cold exposure forces your mitochondria to become more efficient and even creates new ones. This means more energy for you. Cold exposure also activates brown fat, a special type of fat that burns calories to generate heat. It reduces inflammation throughout your body. It strengthens your immune system. It can improve your mood by triggering the release of endorphins. And it builds mental resilience. Every time you choose to step into that cold water, you're training your mind to do hard things. Start small if you're new to this. Just 30 seconds of cold water at the end of your shower. Gradually work up to longer periods. Focus on your breathing. Stay calm. Over time, you'll find it gets easier, and you might even start to crave that feeling of invigoration that comes afterward. Your mitochondria will thank you with increased energy and vitality. On the opposite end of the temperature spectrum, we have heat. Trick number 22 is sauna use for cardiovascular resilience. Spending time in a sauna, where temperatures typically range from 150 to 195 degrees Fahrenheit, does amazing things for your body. When you sit in that heat, your heart rate increases, similar to what happens during moderate exercise. Your blood vessels dilate, improving circulation. You sweat, which helps your body release toxins. Regular sauna use has been shown to significantly reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. Studies from Finland, where sauna culture is deeply ingrained, show that people who use saunas 4 to 7 times per week have dramatically lower rates of cardiovascular disease. Sauna use also reduces inflammation, improves lung function, and may even help you live longer. It's deeply relaxing, which helps reduce stress. And the heat shock proteins your body produces in response to the heat help repair damaged cells and protect against disease. If you have access to a sauna, aim for 15 to 20 minutes per session, several times a week if possible. Always listen to your body. If you feel dizzy or uncomfortable, step out. Stay hydrated before and after. And if you have certain medical conditions, especially heart problems, check with your doctor first. But for most people, regular sauna use is a powerful tool for building cardiovascular resilience and overall health. Now let's talk about supplements that can enhance your body's performance. Trick number 23 is creatine for ATP recycling. Creatine is one of the most researched and proven supplements available. ATP is the energy currency of your cells. It's what powers every single thing your body does. Creatine helps your body recycle ATP more efficiently, giving you more available energy, especially during intense physical activity. While creatine is most known for helping with strength training and muscle building, its benefits go far beyond that. Creatine also supports brain health. Your brain uses a lot of energy, and creatine helps ensure it has the fuel it needs. Studies show creatine can improve memory, especially as we age. It may help with mental fatigue and cognitive performance. Creatine is found naturally in meat and fish, but you'd have to eat large amounts to get the beneficial dose. That's why supplementing makes sense. The standard dose is about 5 grams per day. It's one of the safest supplements available, with decades of research backing it up. You can mix it into water, coffee, or a smoothie. It's tasteless and dissolves easily. Within a few weeks, you'll likely notice you have more energy during workouts. You might notice better mental clarity too. Creatine is simple, affordable, and highly effective for supporting both physical and cognitive performance. Another supplement that supports energy metabolism is L-carnitine. Trick number 24 is L-carnitine for fat metabolism. L-carnitine is an amino acid compound that plays a crucial role in how your body produces energy. Specifically, it transports fatty acids into your mitochondria, where they're burned for fuel. Without adequate L-carnitine, your body can't efficiently use fat for energy. Your body makes some L-carnitine on its own, and you get some from food, especially red meat. But levels can decline with age, and some people don't produce enough. Supplementing with L-carnitine can help your body burn fat more effectively. This is especially helpful if you're trying to lose weight or improve body composition. But the benefits go beyond fat burning. L-carnitine also supports heart health because your heart relies heavily on fat for energy. It can improve exercise performance and reduce muscle soreness. Some research suggests it may help with brain function and reduce mental fatigue. There are different forms of L-carnitine. Acetyl-L-carnitine crosses into the brain more easily and is especially good for cognitive benefits. Standard doses range from 500 to 2,000 milligrams per day. It is best taken with meals. While not everyone needs L-carnitine supplementation, if you're struggling with energy or trying to optimize your metabolism, it's worth considering. Let's continue with cellular energy support. Trick number 25 is CoQ10 for cellular energy. CoQ10, short for coenzyme Q10, is a compound found in every cell of your body. It's essential for producing ATP, that cellular energy we talked about earlier. Your mitochondria need CoQ10 to function properly. When you're young, your body produces plenty of CoQ10, but production declines as you age. By the time you're in your 40s and 50s, your levels can be significantly lower. This contributes to reduced energy and increased aging. CoQ10 is also a powerful antioxidant, protecting your cells from damage. This is especially important for your heart, which requires massive amounts of energy. Studies show CoQ10 supplementation can improve heart function and reduce symptoms in people with heart failure. It may help lower blood pressure. It supports healthy aging by protecting your mitochondria. And many people notice they simply have more energy when they take it. CoQ10 is found in small amounts in foods like organ meats, sardines, and spinach, but it's difficult to get therapeutic amounts from diet alone. Supplements typically provide 100 to 200 milligrams per day. Because CoQ10 is fat-soluble, it's best taken with a meal that contains some fat for better absorption. If you're over 40, or if you take statin medications which lower CoQ10 levels, supplementation can be particularly beneficial. Here's a supplement combination that's gaining attention in longevity research. Trick number 26 is GlyNAC to restore glutathione. GlyNAC is a combination of glycine and N-acetylcysteine, two amino acids that work together to boost your body's levels of glutathione. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant. It protects your cells from damage, supports your immune system, and helps detoxify harmful substances. As we age, glutathione levels decline significantly. This contributes to aging, disease, and cellular damage. The problem is, you can't just take glutathione as a supplement and expect it to work well. It's poorly absorbed. But when you take glycine and NAC together, your body can produce its own glutathione much more effectively. Research shows that GlyNAC supplementation can reverse several hallmarks of aging. It improves mitochondrial function. It reduces oxidative stress. It may improve cognitive function and physical strength. In studies, older adults who took GlyNAC showed improvements in markers that made them biologically younger. Typical doses are about 1 to 2 grams of glycine and 600 to 900 milligrams of NAC, taken daily. Some people prefer to take them separately, while others use combination products. Benefits often become noticeable after several weeks of consistent use. People report better energy, clearer thinking, and improved overall well-being. GlyNAC is one of the most promising interventions for healthy aging. Next, let's talk about a compound that influences metabolism at a deep level. Trick number 27 is AKG to activate AMPK. AKG stands for alpha-ketoglutarate, a molecule that plays important roles in cellular metabolism. AMPK is an enzyme that acts like a master metabolic switch in your cells. When AMPK is activated, it tells your body to produce energy more efficiently, burn fat, and initiate cellular cleanup and repair processes. It's like a signal that says, conserve resources and optimize function. AKG helps activate AMPK and supports several age-related processes. It's involved in protein synthesis, energy production, and maintaining healthy cellular function. Research in animals shows that AKG supplementation can extend lifespan and reduce age-related decline. In humans, studies suggest it may improve bone health, muscle function, and overall vitality. AKG levels decline with age, sometimes by as much as tenfold by the time you're elderly. Supplementing may help restore more youthful metabolic function. Typical doses range from 300 to 1,000 milligrams per day. Some longevity researchers consider AKG one of the more promising supplements for healthy aging. While research in humans is still developing, early results are encouraging. If you're interested in optimizing your cellular metabolism and supporting healthy aging, AKG is worth exploring. Now let's discuss a compound you might have heard of from red wine. Trick number 28 is resveratrol for sirtuin activation. Resveratrol is a plant compound found in the skin of red grapes, blueberries, and some other foods. It became famous when researchers discovered it might explain the French paradox: why people in France have low rates of heart disease despite eating rich foods. Resveratrol activates proteins called sirtuins, which regulate cellular health, DNA repair, and longevity. Sirtuins are sometimes called longevity genes because they're involved in how cells age. When sirtuins are active, your cells function better and are more resistant to stress and disease. Resveratrol also has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. It supports cardiovascular health by protecting blood vessels and improving circulation. Some research suggests it may help protect brain function as you age. The challenge with resveratrol is that you'd have to drink an enormous amount of red wine to get beneficial doses, which would do more harm than good. Supplements provide concentrated doses, typically 100 to 500 milligrams per day. Some experts recommend taking it with a fat source for better absorption. While resveratrol research is still evolving, many longevity-focused individuals include it in their supplement routine for its potential to activate those important longevity pathways. Here's a supplement that's exciting researchers in the field of aging. Trick number 29 is Urolithin A for mitophagy. Mitophagy is your body's process of recycling old, damaged mitochondria. Remember, mitochondria are your cellular powerhouses. Over time, they accumulate damage and stop working efficiently. Mitophagy clears out these dysfunctional mitochondria so your cells can build new, healthy ones. This process naturally declines with age, leading to cellular dysfunction and reduced energy. Urolithin A is a compound that activates mitophagy. Here's what's interesting. Your body doesn't get urolithin A directly from food. Instead, gut bacteria convert compounds in pomegranates, berries, and nuts into urolithin A. But not everyone's gut bacteria can make this conversion efficiently. In fact, many people, especially older adults, produce little to no urolithin A. That's why supplementation has become available. Studies show that urolithin A supplementation can improve mitochondrial function, increase cellular energy, and enhance muscle strength and endurance. In clinical trials, older adults taking urolithin A showed improvements in muscle function and endurance after just a few months. The typical dose is around 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day. This is a newer supplement, so it's more expensive than many others, but research suggests it may be one of the most effective ways to support healthy aging at the cellular level. If optimizing mitochondrial health is important to you, urolithin A is worth considering. Finally, let's address a common problem many people face as they age. Trick number 30 is curcumin for joint inflammation. Curcumin is the active compound in turmeric, the golden spice used in curry, and many traditional medicines. It's one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds found in nature. Joint pain and inflammation affect millions of people, often worsening with age. Whether it's from arthritis, injury, or just wear and tear, inflamed joints can significantly impact quality of life. Curcumin works by blocking inflammatory pathways in your body. Studies show it can be as effective as some anti-inflammatory medications, but without the side effects. People with arthritis who take curcumin often report reduced pain and improved mobility. But curcumin's benefits extend beyond joints. It's a powerful antioxidant. It supports brain health and may protect against cognitive decline. It supports heart health. It may even have anti-cancer properties. The challenge with curcumin is that it's poorly absorbed by your body. That's why it's important to use supplements that include black pepper extract, called piperine, which dramatically increases absorption, or look for formulations specifically designed for better bioavailability. Typical doses range from 500 to 2,000 milligrams per day. Many people notice improvements in joint comfort within a few weeks. If you deal with joint pain, stiffness, or inflammation, curcumin is a safe, natural option that can make a real difference in how you feel and move. These 10 strategies, from temperature exposure to targeted supplements, give your body powerful support at the cellular level. Each one addresses different aspects of health and aging. Together, they create a comprehensive approach to staying vibrant and resilient as the years go by. You don't need to do everything at once. Explore what resonates with you. Research what might benefit your specific situation. And remember, consistency is what brings results. Small, regular actions compound over time into remarkable improvements. Rest peacefully, knowing you're learning how to take excellent care of yourself. Let's turn our attention to something extraordinary. Your brain. Your brain is the most complex organ in your body, and it has an amazing ability to change, grow, and improve throughout your entire life. This ability is called neuroplasticity. The strategies you're about to learn will help you harness this power, sharpen your mind, and protect your cognitive health for decades to come. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's dive into 10 ways to optimize your brain. Trick number 31 is brain games and cognitive training. Your brain is like a muscle. When you challenge it, it grows stronger. When you don't use it, it weakens. Brain games and cognitive training are structured activities that challenge different aspects of your thinking. This might include memory games, puzzles, learning a new language, or practicing a musical instrument. Could be chess, Sudoku, or crossword puzzles. The key is that these activities must be challenging. If something is too easy, your brain isn't really working. Research shows that people who regularly engage in mentally stimulating activities have a lower risk of cognitive decline and dementia. These activities build what's called cognitive reserve, which is like a buffer that protects your brain as you age. They strengthen the connections between neurons and can even help create new neural pathways. Different activities challenge different parts of your brain. Memory games strengthen your ability to recall information. Strategy games improve problem solving. Learning new skills builds entirely new neural networks. The important thing is variety and consistency. Spend at least 15 to 20 minutes a day doing something that challenges your brain. Switch between different types of activities to work different cognitive skills. Make it fun. Choose activities you enjoy so you'll stick with them. Your brain will reward you with sharper thinking, better memory, and greater mental clarity as you age. Now let's talk about a natural supplement that supports brain health. Trick number 32 is lion's mane for NGF support. Lion's mane is a mushroom that's been used in traditional medicine for centuries. Modern research has discovered why it's so powerful for the brain. Lion's mane stimulates the production of something called nerve growth factor, or NGF. NGF is a protein that's essential for the growth, maintenance, and survival of neurons. It helps your brain create new connections and repair damaged ones. As we age, NGF levels can decline, contributing to memory problems and cognitive decline. Lion's mane helps reverse this. Studies show that lion's mane can improve memory and cognitive function. It may help protect against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. It supports the health of the myelin sheath, which is the protective coating around your nerve fibers. Some people report improved focus and mental clarity when taking lion's mane. It may also help with mood, as some research suggests it has anti-anxiety and antidepressant effects. Lion's mane is available as a supplement in capsule or powder form. Typical doses range from 500 to 3,000 milligrams per day. It is generally very safe with few side effects. Benefits tend to build over time, so consistency is important. If you want to support your brain's ability to grow, adapt, and stay healthy, lion's mane is one of the most promising natural compounds available. Let's explore a more high-tech approach to brain optimization. Trick number 33 is neurofeedback for focus. Neurofeedback is a type of biofeedback that trains your brain to function more efficiently. Here's how it works. Sensors are placed on your scalp to measure your brainwave activity. This information is fed to a computer, which shows you in real time what your brain is doing. Through exercises and feedback, you learn to change your brainwave patterns. For example, if you struggle with focus, neurofeedback can train your brain to produce more of the brainwave patterns associated with concentration. Over time, your brain learns to maintain these patterns on its own, even without the feedback. Neurofeedback has been shown to help with attention deficit disorders, anxiety, depression, sleep problems, and peak performance. Athletes and executives use it to enhance focus and mental clarity. While neurofeedback typically requires working with a trained practitioner and specialized equipment, there are now consumer devices available that offer simplified versions you can use at home. A typical neurofeedback program might involve 20 to 40 sessions. The benefits can be lasting, as you're literally training your brain to function differently. If you struggle with focus, anxiety, or want to optimize your cognitive performance, neurofeedback is a powerful tool that addresses the root cause at the level of brain function itself. Related to neurofeedback is another fascinating approach. Trick number 34 is brainwave entrainment. Your brain produces electrical activity that creates waves at different frequencies. These brainwave states are associated with different mental states. Beta waves are associated with active thinking and alertness. Alpha waves with relaxed awareness. Theta waves with deep relaxation and meditation. Delta waves with deep sleep. Brainwave entrainment uses external stimuli, usually sound or light, to encourage your brain to shift into a desired state. When you're exposed to a rhythmic stimulus at a specific frequency, your brain tends to synchronize with it. This is called the frequency following response. For example, if you listen to sounds that pulse at 10 cycles per second, your brain will tend to produce more alpha waves at that same frequency, creating a relaxed yet alert state. You can use brainwave entrainment to help you focus, to relax, to meditate more deeply, or to improve sleep. Different frequencies serve different purposes. It's like giving your brain a gentle nudge toward the state you want to be in. There are many apps and audio programs available that use brainwave entrainment. Some people use it daily as part of their routine. It's non-invasive, safe, and can be a powerful tool for managing your mental state. Whether you need to calm anxiety, boost focus, or prepare for sleep, brainwave entrainment offers a way to guide your brain toward optimal functioning. One specific type of brainwave entrainment deserves special attention. Trick number 35 is binaural beats at gamma frequencies. Binaural beats work by playing slightly different frequencies in each ear through headphones. Your brain perceives the difference between these frequencies as a beat. If one ear hears 400 Hz and the other hears 440 Hz, your brain perceives a 40 Hz beat. Gamma waves, which range from about 30 to 100 Hz, with 40 Hz being particularly important, are associated with high-level cognitive processing. They're involved in attention, memory, learning, and conscious awareness. Research shows that gamma wave activity tends to be reduced in people with cognitive impairment and increases during moments of insight and high-level information processing. Listening to 40 Hz binaural beats has been shown to enhance memory, improve focus, and may even help clear the proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease. Some studies suggest that regular exposure to 40 Hz stimulation can improve cognitive function in both healthy individuals and those with mild cognitive impairment. Using binaural beats is simple. You just need headphones and an audio file or app that produces the specific frequency you want. Sessions typically last 20 to 60 minutes. Many people use them while working, studying, or meditating. It's a simple, accessible way to potentially enhance your cognitive function. Your brain has the ability to synchronize with these frequencies, and that synchronization may support better mental performance. Light can also be used to influence your brain. Trick number 36 is 40 Hz light stimulation. Just as sound at specific frequencies can influence your brainwaves, so can light. Research has shown that flickering light at 40 Hz, meaning 40 pulses per second, can stimulate gamma wave activity in the brain. This is the same frequency we just discussed with binaural beats. Studies, particularly from MIT, have shown remarkable results with 40 Hz light therapy. In animal models, it helped clear amyloid plaques, the protein buildup associated with Alzheimer's disease. It reduced inflammation in the brain. It improved cognitive function. Early human trials are showing promising results as well. The mechanism seems to be that the flickering light activates certain cells in the brain that help clean up cellular debris and support healthy brain function. There are now devices specifically designed for 40 Hz light therapy. Some are as simple as LED panels or light strips that flicker at the precise frequency. Treatment typically involves sitting near the light for about an hour a day. The flicker is visible but not uncomfortable for most people. Some devices also combine the light with 40 Hz sound for even greater effect. While this is still an emerging area of research, the early results are exciting. If you're concerned about cognitive health or want to proactively protect your brain, 40 Hz light stimulation is an innovative approach worth exploring. Now let's talk about a nerve that has widespread effects on your health. Trick number 37 is vagus nerve stimulation. The vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your body, running from your brain down through your face, throat, heart, lungs, and digestive system. It's a major part of your parasympathetic nervous system, which controls your rest and digest response. When your vagus nerve is functioning well, you feel calm, your digestion works properly, your heart rate is healthy, and your inflammation levels are low. A well-functioning vagus nerve is associated with better emotional regulation, reduced anxiety, and improved resilience to stress. You can stimulate your vagus nerve naturally in several ways. Deep, slow breathing activates it, especially when you extend your exhale. Cold water exposure, like splashing cold water on your face, stimulates it. Singing, humming, or chanting activates it because the vagus nerve connects to your vocal cords. Gargling with water vigorously stimulates it. Even laughing and socializing activate vagal tone. There are also devices available that provide gentle electrical stimulation to the vagus nerve, though these are typically used under medical supervision. The key concept is vagal tone, which is how well your vagus nerve is functioning. Higher vagal tone means better health and resilience. Regular practices that stimulate the vagus nerve can improve your tone over time. This leads to better stress management, improved mood, better heart health, and reduced inflammation throughout your body. Taking care of your vagus nerve is taking care of your overall health. Here's something simple yet profound. Trick number 38 is grounding for nervous system balance. Grounding, also called earthing, means making direct physical contact with the earth. Walking barefoot on grass, sand, or soil. Sitting with your bare hands on the ground. Swimming in natural water. The Earth has a mild negative electrical charge. When you make direct contact, electrons from the Earth flow into your body. Modern life insulates us from the Earth. We wear rubber-soled shoes. We live and work in buildings. We're rarely in direct contact with the ground. Some researchers believe this disconnection contributes to inflammation and nervous system imbalance. Studies on grounding show some remarkable effects. It appears to reduce inflammation, can improve sleep quality. It may reduce stress and balance cortisol levels. People report feeling calmer and more centered after grounding. Some studies show it can reduce pain and speed recovery from exercise. The mechanisms aren't fully understood, but the practice is simple and free. Spend time with your bare feet on the earth. Even 20 or 30 minutes can have effects. Walk barefoot in your yard. Sit with your hands in the soil while gardening. Go to the beach and walk in the sand or water. Make it a regular practice. In our modern world full of electromagnetic fields and constant stimulation, this simple act of connecting with the earth may help restore balance to your nervous system. It's grounding in both the physical and metaphorical sense. Let's address a modern challenge. Trick number 39 is digital dopamine resets. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter associated with motivation, reward, and pleasure. Every time you get a like on social media, check your phone for notifications, or watch an entertaining video, you get a small hit of dopamine. The problem is that our modern digital environment provides constant, easy dopamine hits. Your brain adapts to this by becoming less sensitive. You need more and more stimulation to feel satisfied. This can lead to difficulty focusing, reduced motivation for activities that require sustained effort, and a constant feeling of restlessness. A dopamine reset means taking a break from these easy sources of dopamine. You deliberately avoid social media, video games, streaming services, and other highly stimulating digital activities for a period of time. This might be a day, a weekend, or even longer. During this time, you allow your dopamine system to recalibrate. Your brain becomes more sensitive again. Activities that once seemed boring, like reading a book or having a conversation, become enjoyable again. A dopamine reset helps you regain control over your attention and motivation. You break the cycle of constant stimulation. Many people report that after a reset, they feel more focused, more motivated, and more present in their daily lives. Try setting aside one day a week for a digital dopamine reset, or commit to a longer period like a week once every few months. Replace the digital stimulation with activities that are naturally rewarding but require more effort. Go for a walk in nature. Have face-to-face conversations. Read. Create something. Your brain will thank you with renewed clarity and motivation. Finally, let's return to where we started earlier but go deeper. Trick number 40 is gratitude-driven neuroplasticity. Earlier we talked about gratitude journaling. Now let's understand what it does to your brain at a deeper level. When you practice gratitude regularly, you're not just feeling good in the moment. You're actually reshaping your brain. This is neuroplasticity in action. Every time you focus on what you're grateful for, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with positive emotions. Your brain becomes better at noticing and appreciating good things. At the same time, you weaken the pathways associated with negativity and complaint. Your brain literally becomes wired for more positive experiences. Research shows that regular gratitude practice increases activity in brain regions associated with dopamine production. It strengthens social bonds by activating circuits related to empathy and connection. It reduces activity in the amygdala, the part of your brain involved in fear and stress. Over time, people who practice gratitude regularly show lasting changes in brain structure and function. They have greater gray matter volume in regions associated with emotional processing. They show patterns associated with reduced depression and anxiety. And these changes are lasting. You're not just feeling better temporarily. You're creating a more resilient, positive brain. The practice is simple. Each day, take time to really feel grateful, not just think it. Write it down if that helps. Share your gratitude with others. Notice small things. The warmth of the sun, kind word, a good meal. By consistently directing your attention to what's good, you're training your brain to be happier, more resilient, and better able to handle whatever life brings. Your brain is not fixed. It's constantly changing based on what you do, what you think, and how you live. These 10 strategies give you powerful ways to shape that change. From training your cognitive abilities to using cutting-edge therapies, from ancient practices like grounding to modern neuroscience like brainwave entrainment, each approach offers a way to optimize your most important organ. Choose the practices that resonate with you. Be consistent, and watch as your mind becomes sharper, clearer, and more resilient. Rest well, knowing that you have the power to shape your own brain health and cognitive future. You're doing wonderful work learning how to optimize your health. The strategies you're about to discover focus on recovery and restoration. These are the tools that help your body repair, rebuild, and come back stronger. Recovery isn't just about rest. It's an active process that you can enhance and accelerate. So settle in comfortably, and let's explore 10 powerful recovery techniques that can transform how quickly and completely your body heals. Let's start with a tool you might have seen athletes using. Trick number 41 is percussion therapy, using devices like Theragun or Hypervolt. These are handheld massage devices that deliver rapid, repetitive pressure deep into your muscles. They vibrate or percuss at high speeds, sometimes 40 or 50 times per second. This percussion has several powerful effects. It increases blood flow to the area, bringing fresh oxygen and nutrients while removing waste products. It helps release muscle tension and knots. It can reduce delayed onset muscle soreness, that achy feeling you get a day or two after hard exercise. The vibration also has a neurological effect, essentially overriding pain signals and helping your nervous system relax. Many people use percussion therapy before workouts to warm up muscles and improve range of motion. Others use it after exercise to speed recovery. Some use it anytime they feel tight or sore. You can target specific areas like your calves, hamstrings, back, or shoulders. Sessions typically last just a few minutes per muscle group. The beauty of these devices is that you can use them yourself, at home, whenever you need them. They're not cheap, but they're a one-time investment that can provide years of benefit. If you exercise regularly, if you sit at a desk all day, or if you just carry tension in your muscles, percussion therapy can help you feel loose, mobile, and recovered. Your muscles will respond with less soreness and better performance. Another recovery tool used by professional athletes is now available for home use. Trick number 42 is Normatec compression boots. These look like large boots that you slip your legs into. They contain air chambers that inflate and deflate in a sequential pattern, starting at your feet and moving up toward your hips. This creates a massage-like pressure that pushes fluid and waste products out of your legs and back toward your heart and lymphatic system. After intense exercise, waste products like lactic acid build up in your muscles. Your circulatory and lymphatic systems need to clear these out. Compression therapy speeds up this process dramatically. It reduces swelling and inflammation. It can cut recovery time significantly. Athletes use them after hard training sessions or competitions. But you don't have to be an elite athlete to benefit. If you stand or walk a lot during the day, if you travel frequently, or if you just want to recover faster from workouts, compression boots can help. Sessions typically last 20 to 30 minutes. Many people use them while watching TV or reading. The sensation is pleasant, like a firm massage moving up your legs. While Normatec is a popular brand, there are now several companies making these devices at various price points. Regular use can mean less soreness, less fatigue, and fresher legs. Your recovery between workouts improves, which means you can train harder and more consistently. For anyone serious about performance or recovery, compression therapy is a game changer. Now let's talk about light as medicine. Trick number 43 is red light therapy panels. Red light and near-infrared light at specific wavelengths can penetrate through your skin and into your cells. When your mitochondria absorb this light, it enhances their ability to produce energy. This has widespread benefits throughout your body. Red light therapy has been shown to reduce inflammation and pain. It speeds wound healing and tissue repair, can improve skin health, reducing wrinkles and improving tone. It supports muscle recovery after exercise. Some research suggests it may improve joint health and reduce arthritis pain. Can even support thyroid function and hormone balance. Using a red light therapy panel is simple. You stand or sit in front of it, exposing bare skin to the light for 10 to 20 minutes. You don't feel much during the session, maybe just gentle warmth. But the effects happen at the cellular level. Your cells produce more energy. They function more efficiently. They repair damage more quickly. Many people use red light therapy daily, first thing in the morning to boost energy, or in the evening to promote recovery and sleep. Panels range in size and price. Smaller panels target specific areas like your face or a sore shoulder. Larger panels can treat your whole body. The investment can be significant, but it's a tool you can use for years. For recovery, energy, and overall cellular health, red light therapy is one of the most versatile tools available. Some people take recovery even further with medical interventions. Trick number 44 is 4-vitamin therapy. This involves receiving vitamins, minerals, and sometimes amino acids directly into your bloodstream through an intravenous drip. When you take supplements orally, your digestive system absorbs only a portion of the nutrients. With IV therapy, nutrients bypass digestion and go straight into your blood at much higher concentrations. Common 4 formulations include high doses of vitamin C, B vitamins, magnesium, and other nutrients. Different formulations serve different purposes. Some are designed to boost energy and fight fatigue. Others support immune function. Some are marketed for athletic recovery or for reversing the effects of stress and poor sleep. Proponents claim IV therapy can quickly correct deficiencies, boost energy, enhance athletic performance, and speed recovery. The experience typically takes 30 to 60 minutes in a clinic or spa setting. Many people report feeling energized and refreshed afterward. However, it's important to note that IV therapy isn't necessary for most people who eat well and take appropriate supplements. It's more expensive than oral supplementation and requires visiting a clinic. It also carries small risks, as any procedure involving needles does. But for people who are severely depleted, who have absorption issues, or who want rapid repletion of nutrients, IV therapy can be effective. Some athletes use it after major competitions or during periods of intense training. If you're interested, work with a qualified healthcare provider who can assess whether it's appropriate for your situation. Here's a recovery method that sounds like science fiction but has real medical applications. Trick number 45 is hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Hyperbaric therapy involves breathing pure oxygen while inside a pressurized chamber. The pressure is typically 2 to 3 times higher than normal atmospheric pressure. This combination of high pressure and pure oxygen allows your blood to carry much more oxygen than usual. That oxygen-rich blood reaches all parts of your body, even areas with compromised circulation. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy has been used medically for decades to treat conditions like wound healing, carbon monoxide poisoning, and decompression sickness in divers. But it's now being explored for athletic recovery, brain health, and anti-aging. The increased oxygen delivery helps damaged tissues heal faster. It reduces inflammation. It may help fight infections and supports immune function. Some research suggests it can improve cognitive function and may help with conditions like traumatic brain injury. For recovery, some athletes use hyperbaric therapy to speed healing from injuries and reduce downtime. Sessions typically last 60 to 90 minutes. You simply lie in the chamber, often watching TV or reading, while breathing the pressurized oxygen. The main limitations are cost and accessibility. Sessions can be expensive, and you need access to a facility that has a chamber. Mild hyperbaric chambers for home use are available but less powerful than medical-grade chambers. While not necessary for most people, hyperbaric oxygen therapy represents one of the most powerful ways to enhance your body's healing and recovery capabilities. Let's explore another technology-based recovery tool. Trick number 46 is PEMF mats. PEMF stands for Pulsed Electromagnetic Field Therapy. Your body's cells, tissues, and organs all generate electromagnetic fields. When these fields are disrupted or weakened, cellular function suffers. PEMF therapy uses devices that generate electromagnetic fields to influence your body's own electromagnetic activity. PEMF mats are pads you lie on that emit these pulsed electromagnetic fields. The idea is that these fields can enhance cellular energy production, improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and promote healing. Research shows PEMF therapy may help with pain reduction, particularly for conditions like arthritis and back pain. It may improve bone healing after fractures. Some studies suggest it can enhance sleep quality and reduce stress. Athletes use it for recovery, as it may reduce muscle soreness and speed tissue repair. A typical session involves lying on the mat for 20 to 30 minutes. You don't feel much, though some people report a subtle tingling or warming sensation. Many people use PEMF mats daily, often in the morning to boost energy or at night to promote recovery and sleep. These mats range widely in price, from a few hundred to several $1,000s, depending on power and features. The science behind PEMF is still developing, and results can vary from person to person. But many users report reduced pain, better sleep, and improved recovery. If you're dealing with chronic pain, sleep issues, or want to optimize recovery, PEMF therapy is a non-invasive option worth considering. Now let's talk about water, but not just any water. Trick number 47 is hydrogen-rich water. This is water that has been infused with molecular hydrogen gas, H2. Hydrogen is the smallest molecule that exists, and it can easily penetrate cells and even cross into your mitochondria and nucleus. Once there, it acts as a selective antioxidant. This means it neutralizes harmful free radicals without disrupting the free radicals your body uses for important signaling. Research on hydrogen-rich water shows promising results. It appears to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. Athletes who drink it show reduced muscle fatigue and faster recovery. Some studies suggest it may improve metabolic health, support brain function, and even have anti-aging effects. The mechanisms aren't fully understood yet, but hydrogen seems to work at a fundamental cellular level to reduce damage and support healthy function. You can get hydrogen-rich water in several ways. Some companies sell it in special sealed pouches or cans to preserve the hydrogen content. There are also tablets that dissolve in water to generate hydrogen. And there are home machines that infuse your water with hydrogen. The hydrogen concentration matters, with higher concentrations generally being more effective. Drinking hydrogen water is safe with no known side effects. Some people drink it daily as a preventive measure. Others use it specifically around workouts for recovery benefits. While research is still emerging, hydrogen water represents an interesting approach to reducing oxidative stress and supporting recovery at the cellular level. Recovery isn't just about what you do for your muscles. It's also about your gut. Trick number 48 is prebiotics for gut resilience. You've probably heard of probiotics, the beneficial bacteria that live in your digestive system. Prebiotics are what feed those bacteria. They're types of fiber that you can't digest, but your gut bacteria can. When you eat prebiotics, you're essentially feeding the good bacteria in your gut, helping them thrive. A healthy, diverse gut microbiome supports your immune system, helps control inflammation, produces vitamins, influences your mood through the gut-brain connection, and even affects how well you recover from exercise. Prebiotics are found in foods like garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, bananas, oats, and apples. But most people don't eat enough of these foods regularly. That's where prebiotic supplements come in. Common prebiotic supplements include inulin, fructooligosaccharides, and galactooligosaccharides. When you take prebiotics, you're supporting the entire ecosystem in your gut. This leads to better digestion, stronger immunity, reduced inflammation, and better overall health. Some research suggests that a healthy gut microbiome can improve recovery from exercise and reduce muscle soreness. Start with small amounts if you're new to prebiotics, as they can cause gas and bloating at first. Your gut bacteria need time to adjust. But over time, as your microbiome becomes more robust, you'll likely notice improvements in digestion, energy, and overall well-being. Your gut health affects every system in your body. Supporting it with prebiotics is supporting your foundation for health and recovery. Recovery requires a strategic approach. Trick number 49 is mobility plus recovery sequencing. This means having a systematic routine that addresses different aspects of recovery in the right order. After intense exercise, your body needs several things. It needs to clear waste products. It needs to reduce inflammation. It needs to restore range of motion. And it needs to replenish energy and nutrients. A good recovery sequence might look like this. First, do light movement like a gentle walk or easy cycling for 5 to 10 minutes. This keeps blood flowing and helps clear waste products. Second, do mobility work. Gentle stretching or mobility drills while your muscles are still warm. This maintains flexibility and prevents tightness from setting in. Third, apply recovery tools like percussion therapy or compression to further reduce tension and improve circulation. Fourth, if you have access to heat or cold therapy, use them appropriately. Cold for acute inflammation, heat for muscle relaxation. Fifth, focus on hydration and nutrition within an hour of finishing. Protein to rebuild muscle, carbohydrates to restore energy, and plenty of water with electrolytes. Finally, prioritize sleep that night, as sleep is when the deepest recovery happens. Having this kind of sequence, even if you don't do every element every time, ensures you're systematically addressing all aspects of recovery. It becomes a ritual, a way of caring for your body after you've asked it to perform. Over time, this consistent approach leads to better recovery, less soreness, fewer injuries, and better performance. Finally, let's talk about maximizing the most important recovery tool of all. Trick number 50 is sleep-adjacent recovery stacking. This means strategically using multiple recovery techniques in the hours before and during sleep to maximize the recovery that happens overnight. Remember, sleep is when your body does its deepest repair and restoration. By setting up optimal conditions, you can enhance this process. Here's what sleep-adjacent stacking might include. 2 to 3 hours before bed, finish your last meal, focusing on easily digestible foods with some protein. Take any supplements that support sleep and recovery like magnesium, which we discussed earlier. An hour before bed, dim the lights and put on blue light blocking glasses. Lower the temperature in your bedroom. Do some gentle stretching or use a PEMF mat or red light therapy device. Take a warm shower or bath, which causes your body temperature to drop afterward, promoting sleep. Practice some breath work or meditation to calm your nervous system. Make sure your room is completely dark and quiet. Some people add white noise or use earplugs and eye masks. During sleep, your bedroom should stay cool, around 65 to 68 degrees. If you have access to it, you might sleep on grounded sheets to maintain earth connection. You might use a sleep tracker to monitor your sleep quality and make adjustments. By stacking all these sleep-promoting and recovery-promoting elements together, you create optimal conditions for your body to heal. You're not just sleeping, you're creating a recovery environment. People who approach sleep this way often report feeling dramatically more refreshed and recovered in the morning. Every element supports the others, creating a synergistic effect that's greater than any single intervention alone. These 10 recovery strategies, from high-tech tools to strategic sequencing, give you a comprehensive toolkit for helping your body heal and rebuild. Recovery is not passive. It's an active process you can optimize. The faster and more completely you recover, the more you can do and achieve. Whether you're an athlete pushing your limits, someone recovering from injury, or just someone who wants to feel their best every day, these tools can help. Choose the ones that fit your lifestyle and needs. Be consistent, and watch as your body responds with less pain, more energy, and greater resilience. Rest deeply tonight, knowing you're giving your body everything it needs to rebuild and thrive. Welcome back to this journey of discovery. You're about to explore something truly revolutionary. The future of health isn't one size fits all. It's personalized to you, your unique biology, your individual genetics. The strategies you're about to learn use cutting-edge science to understand your body at the deepest level and optimize your health based on who you are as an individual. So relax, breathe easy, and let's explore 10 ways to personalize your path to optimal health. Let's begin with understanding your unique nutritional needs. Trick number 51 is DNA testing for nutrient needs. Your genes influence how your body processes and uses different nutrients. Some people efficiently convert beta-carotene to vitamin A. Others don't, and they need preformed vitamin A from animal sources. Some people process folate well in any form. Others have genetic variations that mean they need a specific form called methylfolate. Some people metabolize caffeine quickly and can drink coffee all day. Others metabolize it slowly, and 1 cup keeps them wired for hours. DNA testing for nutrition looks at these genetic variations and tells you about your unique needs. The test is simple. You provide a saliva sample or cheek swab and send it to a lab. A few weeks later, you receive a report detailing your genetic predispositions. It might tell you that you're prone to vitamin D deficiency and need higher doses. It might reveal that you have variants that affect your omega-3 needs or your ability to process certain B vitamins. Armed with this information, you can personalize your diet and supplementation. Instead of guessing or following generic recommendations, you know what your body actually needs. This takes the trial and error out of nutrition. You can target your specific genetic weaknesses and play to your strengths. While these tests aren't perfect and science is still learning, they provide valuable insights that can guide your nutritional strategy for life. Understanding your genetic nutrition profile is like having a personalized roadmap to optimal health. Your genes also influence how you respond to exercise. Trick number 52 is genetic workout optimization. Some people are genetically predisposed to excel at endurance activities. Their muscle fiber composition, oxygen utilization, and recovery patterns favor long, steady effort. Others are built for power and strength. They have more fast-twitch muscle fibers and respond better to explosive movements and heavy lifting. Most people fall somewhere in between. Genetic testing can analyze markers related to muscle fiber type, injury risk, recovery speed, and even motivation for exercise. This information can guide your training approach. If your genetics show you're more endurance-oriented, you might focus more on activities like running, cycling, or swimming, though you should still include some strength work for balance. If you're power-oriented, you might emphasize weightlifting, sprints, and explosive movements. The tests can also identify genetic factors that increase injury risk, like tendon weakness or inflammation response. Knowing this, you can take preventive measures. Maybe you need more warm-up time, more recovery between sessions, or specific mobility work to protect vulnerable areas. Some people discover they have genes associated with slower recovery, which means they need more rest days between hard workouts. Others recover quickly and can train more frequently. By aligning your workout routine with your genetic strengths and compensating for your weaknesses, you can get better results with less risk of injury or burnout. Your genetics don't determine your destiny, but they do provide valuable guidance for optimizing your training approach. Even the best time of day to exercise might be written in your genes. Trick number 53 is circadian gene-based training times. Your circadian rhythm, your internal 24-hour clock, is controlled by genes called clock genes. These genes influence when you naturally feel alert or sleepy, hungry or full, energetic or fatigued. They affect body temperature, hormone release, and even pain tolerance throughout the day. Some people are true morning larks. Their genes make them most alert and energetic in the early hours. Others are night owls, reaching peak performance in the afternoon or evening. Most people fall somewhere in between. Genetic testing can identify your chronotype, your natural circadian tendency. This information can guide when you schedule your workouts for maximum benefit. If you're a morning person genetically, training early might feel easier and produce better results. If you're an evening person, forcing yourself to work out at 6 a.m. might be fighting against your biology. Your performance will likely be better and the workout will feel easier if you train when your body is naturally primed for it. There's also research showing that strength peaks in the afternoon for most people, while endurance may be better in the morning after your body has been fasting overnight. By understanding your genetic chronotype and these natural rhythms, you can schedule not just your workouts but all your important activities for times when you're biologically optimized. This isn't about being lazy or making excuses. It's about working with your biology rather than against it. When you align your schedule with your circadian genes, everything becomes easier and more effective. Let's talk about hormones, the chemical messengers that control so much of how you feel and function. Trick number 54 is hormone-balancing strategies, specifically addressing DHEA. DHEA, which stands for dehydroepiandrosterone, is a hormone produced primarily by your adrenal glands. It's a precursor to other hormones, including testosterone and estrogen. DHEA levels peak in your 20s and then decline steadily with age. By the time you're in your 70s, you might have only 10 to 20% of the DHEA you had in your youth. This decline is associated with many aspects of aging, including reduced energy, decreased muscle mass, changes in mood, and weakened immune function. Some people supplement with DHEA to restore more youthful levels. Research shows it may improve bone density, support immune function, enhance mood, and improve overall sense of vitality, particularly in older adults. However, DHEA supplementation isn't right for everyone. Because it converts to other hormones, it can have different effects in different people. Some men find it raises estrogen too much. Some women experience unwanted effects from increased testosterone. This is why testing is important. Before supplementing with DHEA or other hormones, get your levels tested. Work with a knowledgeable healthcare provider who can interpret the results and guide appropriate supplementation if needed. Hormone balance is delicate. The goal isn't to maximize everything but to achieve balance appropriate for your age and goals. DHEA is just one piece of the hormone puzzle, but for people with low levels, appropriate supplementation can be genuinely transformative, restoring energy and vitality that had been gradually fading. Your brain chemistry is as individual as your fingerprint. Trick number 55 is personalized nootropic metabolism. Nootropics are substances that enhance cognitive function. They might improve memory, focus, creativity, or motivation. Common examples include caffeine, L-theanine, and various herbal compounds and nutrients. Here's the thing: nootropics don't work the same for everyone. Your genetics influence how you metabolize and respond to these compounds. Take caffeine, for example. Some people have genetic variants that make them slow metabolizers. For them, caffeine provides long-lasting energy but can cause anxiety or sleep problems if taken too late in the day. Fast metabolizers clear caffeine quickly, so they can drink coffee later without sleep disruption, but they might not get as sustained an energy boost. Similar variations exist for how people respond to other nootropics. Some people find that racetams improve their focus dramatically. Others feel nothing. Some people get calm and focused from L-theanine. Others don't notice an effect. Genetic testing can provide insights into your likely response to different cognitive enhancers. You can also use careful self-experimentation, trying one substance at a time and noting effects. Keep a journal. Track how you feel, your focus, your mood, your sleep. Over time, patterns emerge. You discover which nootropics work for you and which don't. You learn the right doses and timing. This personalized approach is far more effective than following generic recommendations. Your brain is unique. The substances that enhance your cognitive performance are unique too. By understanding your personal nootropic metabolism, you can build a cognitive enhancement strategy tailored specifically to you. Your body constantly processes and eliminates toxins. Trick number 56 is detox pathway optimization. Every day you're exposed to countless chemicals, from your environment, your food, even compounds your own body produces. Your liver and other organs have elaborate systems for processing and removing these substances. These systems rely on specific enzymes, and the genes that control these enzymes vary from person to person. Some people have very efficient detoxification pathways. They process and eliminate toxins quickly. Others have slower or less efficient pathways, meaning toxins build up more easily. This can affect energy levels, contribute to inflammation, and influence disease risk. The main detoxification pathways are called Phase 1 and Phase 2. Phase 1 transforms toxins into intermediate forms. Phase 2 makes them water-soluble so they can be excreted. Problems arise when Phase 1 is fast but Phase 2 is slow, creating a buildup of those intermediate compounds, which can be even more harmful than the original toxins. Genetic testing can identify variations in your detoxification genes. With this information, you can support your specific pathways. If your Phase 2 is sluggish, you might benefit from nutrients that support it, like cruciferous vegetables, NAC, or glycine. If you have variations that make you more sensitive to environmental toxins, you might choose to be more careful about organic foods, filtered water, and reducing chemical exposure in your home. You can also support overall detoxification with adequate hydration, fiber for binding toxins in your digestive tract, and foods that support liver function. Understanding your personal detox capacity helps you make informed choices about what you expose yourself to and how you support your body's natural cleansing systems. Here's a powerful question. How old is your body? Really? Trick number 57 is biological age testing. Your chronological age is simply how many years you've been alive. But your biological age is how old your body actually is at the cellular level. Some 60-year-olds have the biology of a 50-year-old. Others have the biology of a 70-year-old. Biological age testing measures markers that indicate how well your cells and systems are functioning compared to what's typical for your chronological age. There are several tests available. Some measure DNA methylation patterns, which change predictably with age. Others look at a combination of biomarkers including inflammation, metabolic health, and cellular function. These tests give you a number, your biological age. If it's lower than your chronological age, you're aging slowly. If it's higher, you're aging faster than average. The real power of biological age testing is that it's actionable. Unlike your chronological age, which marches forward no matter what, you can influence your biological age. The lifestyle choices we've been discussing throughout this program, diet, exercise, sleep, stress management, targeted supplementation, these all affect your biological age. By testing periodically, maybe once a year, you can see if your efforts are working. Are you getting biologically younger, or at least slowing the aging process? This feedback can be incredibly motivating. There's concrete evidence that what you're doing is making a difference. Biological age testing transforms aging from something that just happens to you into something you can actively influence and measure. Let's go even deeper into your cells. Trick number 58 is telomere tracking. Telomeres are protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes, similar to the plastic tips on shoelaces. Every time a cell divides, the telomeres get a bit shorter. When they become too short, the cell can no longer divide properly, and it either dies or becomes senescent, a zombie-like state where it's alive but not functioning well. Telomere length is associated with aging and disease risk. Shorter telomeres are linked to higher risk of cardiovascular disease, cognitive decline, and earlier death. Longer telomeres are associated with longevity and better health. You can measure your telomere length through a blood test. The results tell you if your telomeres are longer or shorter than average for your age. Short telomeres suggest accelerated cellular aging. Long telomeres suggest you're aging slowly at the cellular level. The exciting part is that telomere length isn't fixed. While genetics play a role, lifestyle factors have a huge impact. Chronic stress shortens telomeres. Regular exercise lengthens them. Poor diet shortens them. Antioxidant-rich foods and certain supplements may help maintain length. Good sleep protects telomeres. Smoking dramatically shortens them. By measuring your telomeres and then making lifestyle changes, you can track whether you're moving in the right direction. Some people retest annually to see if their telomeres are stable, shortening, or even lengthening. This provides powerful motivation and feedback. You're literally measuring your cellular age and watching how your choices affect it. Telomere tracking turns abstract concepts about healthy living into concrete, measurable outcomes at the most fundamental level of your biology. Here's a newer biomarker that's showing great promise. Trick number 59 is glycan blood markers. Glycans are complex sugar molecules that attach to proteins in your body. The pattern of glycans on your proteins changes with age and health status. Younger, healthier people have different glycan patterns than older people or those with chronic disease. Scientists have discovered that these glycan patterns are remarkably predictive of biological age and health status. They reflect inflammation levels, immune function, and overall physiological state. Glycan testing involves a simple blood draw. The lab analyzes your glycan patterns and generates a biological age score based on these patterns. What makes glycans particularly interesting is that they're quite responsive to lifestyle changes. Your glycan age can improve relatively quickly within months when you make positive changes to diet, exercise, and stress management. This makes glycan testing useful for tracking the effectiveness of your health interventions. Some research suggests glycan patterns might be even more predictive of future health than other biomarkers. They seem to capture something fundamental about how well your body is functioning. While glycan testing is newer and less widely available than some other tests, it's an exciting development in personalized health assessment. As the technology becomes more accessible, it offers another powerful way to measure your true biological age and track how your lifestyle choices are affecting your health at a deep level. Glycans give you a window into your body's inflammatory state and aging process that's unique and highly informative. Finally, let's talk about the ultimate in personalization. Trick number 60 is epigenetic lifestyle tuning. Epigenetics is the study of how your behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect how your genes work. Your DNA sequence doesn't change, but epigenetic modifications can turn genes on or off. This means your lifestyle is literally affecting which of your genes are active. Everything you do, what you eat, how you move, how you sleep, how you manage stress creates epigenetic changes. Some of these changes are temporary. Others can be long-lasting, even affecting future generations. The exciting frontier is using epigenetic testing to understand what's happening in your body right now and then making lifestyle adjustments based on those findings. Epigenetic tests can show which genes related to inflammation are overly active, suggesting you need more anti-inflammatory interventions. They can show if genes related to detoxification are underactive, indicating you need more support in that area. They can reveal if stress response genes are chronically activated, telling you that stress management needs to be a priority. With this information, you can tune your lifestyle precisely. Maybe your results show your antioxidant genes need support, so you increase colorful vegetables and specific supplements. Maybe they show your circadian genes are dysregulated, so you tighten up your sleep schedule and light exposure. Epigenetic lifestyle tuning is the cutting edge of personalized health. It's moving beyond generic recommendations to interventions tailored to your current biological state. As this technology becomes more accessible and affordable, it represents the future of preventive medicine. You're not just blindly following health advice. You're making informed decisions based on what's actually happening in your body at the genetic expression level. These 10 strategies represent the frontier of personalized health optimization. From understanding your genetic predispositions to tracking how your lifestyle affects your biology in real time, these tools give you unprecedented insight and control over your health. You're no longer guessing. You're measuring, testing, and adjusting based on data. This is precision healthcare. Not everyone needs every test or intervention, but understanding that these options exist empowers you to be more intentional about your health journey. Your body is unique. Your path to optimal health is unique too. Rest well tonight, knowing that science is giving you more tools than ever before to understand and optimize your individual biology. You're entering the realm of cutting-edge science now. These next strategies represent the frontier of medical innovation. Some are available today. Others are emerging technologies that hint at the future of health and longevity. These aren't just supplements or lifestyle changes. These are advanced interventions that work at the deepest levels of cellular function and tissue repair. So get comfortable, relax, and let's explore 10 remarkable advances that are changing what's possible for human health. Let's start with a strategy that targets aging cells directly. Trick number 61 is senolytics, specifically a compound called fisetin. As your cells age, some of them stop dividing but don't die. They enter a state called senescence. These senescent cells are sometimes called zombie cells because they're alive but not functioning properly. They accumulate over time and they cause problems. They release inflammatory compounds that damage surrounding healthy cells. They contribute to tissue dysfunction and age-related diseases. Senolytics are compounds that selectively eliminate these senescent cells, allowing your body to clear them away. Fisetin is a natural flavonoid found in strawberries, apples, and other fruits. Research shows it has senolytic properties, meaning it can trigger senescent cells to die. In animal studies, clearing senescent cells has shown remarkable benefits. It extends lifespan, improves physical function, reduces inflammation, and delays the onset of age-related diseases. In humans, early research is promising. People who take fisetin report improvements in energy, reduced inflammation markers, and better overall function. The protocol typically involves taking higher doses periodically, maybe for a few days each month, rather than daily supplementation. The idea is to periodically clear out accumulated senescent cells. While more human research is needed, senolytics represent one of the most exciting approaches to slowing aging. By removing cells that are causing harm, you allow your tissues to function more like they did when you were younger. Physidin is available as a supplement and is relatively safe, making it accessible for people interested in cutting-edge longevity interventions. Now let's talk about unleashing your body's own repair cells. Trick number 62 is stem cell mobilization using compounds like G-CSF. Stem cells are your body's master repair cells. They can transform into whatever cell type is needed to repair damage. Your bone marrow contains stem cells and normally they stay there. But when you're injured, your body releases signals that mobilize stem cells, sending them into your bloodstream to travel to damaged areas. G-CSF, which stands for granulocyte colony stimulating factor, is a compound that powerfully stimulates stem cell release from bone marrow. It's used medically to help cancer patients recover blood cell production after chemotherapy and to prepare stem cell donors. But researchers are exploring its use for enhancing recovery and regeneration in other contexts. When stem cells are mobilized and circulating, they can reach damaged tissues throughout your body. They can help repair everything from muscle and tendon injuries to organ damage. Some clinics offer G-CSF injections for athletes recovering from injuries or for people seeking enhanced healing and regeneration. The treatment increases the number of stem cells in your blood dramatically, sometimes by 10 to 20 times normal levels. These cells then circulate, finding areas that need repair. This isn't something you do casually at home. G-CSF requires medical supervision, but it represents a powerful way to enhance your body's natural repair mechanisms. Instead of introducing stem cells from outside, which is expensive and complex, you're mobilizing your own stem cells. It's your body's repair system, just amplified. As research continues, stem cell mobilization may become a standard tool for recovery from injuries, surgeries, and even for general health maintenance and longevity. Related to stem cells is another cutting-edge therapy. Trick number 63 is exosome therapies. Exosomes are tiny vesicles, like microscopic packages, that cells release to communicate with each other. They carry proteins, genetic material, and other molecules. When stem cells release exosomes, those exosomes carry signals that promote healing and regeneration. Here's what makes exosome therapy interesting. Instead of using actual stem cells, which can be complicated and have some risks, you use just the exosomes they produce. These exosomes contain many of the beneficial signals without the complexity of living cells. Exosome therapies are being used for various conditions. They're being injected into joints for arthritis and injuries. They're being used for skin rejuvenation. Some clinics use them for hair regrowth. Research is exploring them for brain health, heart disease, and even lung conditions. The exosomes signal your own cells to reduce inflammation, promote healing, and regenerate tissue. Early results are promising. People receiving exosome therapy for joint problems often report reduced pain and improved function. Those using it for cosmetic purposes report improved skin quality. The therapy is still relatively new, and it's expensive. Quality and sourcing of exosomes varies between providers, which is important to consider. But as the technology develops and becomes more standardized, exosome therapy may become a mainstream approach for healing and regeneration. It represents the next generation beyond stem cell therapy, potentially safer and more scalable while still harnessing powerful regenerative signals. Let's discuss a peptide that's gaining attention for healing. Trick number 64 is BPC 157 peptides. BPC stands for Body Protection Compound. BPC 157 is a sequence of amino acids derived from a protein found in your stomach. In animal research, BPC 157 has shown remarkable healing properties. It accelerates wound healing, helps repair tendons and ligaments, protects and heals the gut lining, and may even support brain health and mental well-being. Athletes and people with injuries have started using BPC 157 to speed recovery. Some report dramatic improvements in healing from tendon injuries, muscle strains, and other soft tissue damage. It's thought to work by promoting blood vessel growth, modulating inflammation, and supporting tissue repair processes. BPC 157 is typically administered by injection, either directly into an injured area or subcutaneously elsewhere in the body. Some people also use oral forms, though injection is thought to be more effective for many purposes. It's important to note that while animal research on BPC 157 is extensive and impressive, human research is limited. It's not approved by regulatory agencies for medical use, though it's available through some compounding pharmacies and research chemical suppliers. Quality and purity can vary. People using it are essentially experimenting on themselves, though many report positive experiences. If you're dealing with an injury that's not healing well, BPC 157 represents an interesting option, but it should be approached thoughtfully and ideally with guidance from a knowledgeable healthcare provider. As research continues, peptides like BPC 157 may become more mainstream tools for accelerating healing and recovery. Now let's venture into something that sounds unusual but has powerful potential. Trick number 65 is fecal microbiota transplants, often abbreviated as FMT. Your gut contains trillions of bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms. This community, your microbiome, profoundly affects your health. It influences digestion, immune function, inflammation, mood, and even brain health. When your microbiome is healthy and diverse, you're healthier. When it's disrupted, problems arise. Sometimes antibiotics, poor diet, or illness damage your microbiome so severely that it needs to be rebuilt. That's where FMT comes in. A fecal microbiota transplant involves taking stool from a healthy donor, processing it, and introducing it into a recipient's digestive system, usually by colonoscopy, enema, or oral capsules. This transfers the donor's healthy microbiome to the recipient. FMT is most established for treating serious infections with a bacteria called C. difficile, where it's remarkably effective, often curing infections that don't respond to antibiotics. But researchers are exploring FMT for many other conditions. Early studies show promise for inflammatory bowel disease, obesity, metabolic syndrome, and even some neurological and psychiatric conditions. The idea is that by restoring a healthy, diverse microbiome, you can reverse various health problems. FMT is still primarily a medical procedure requiring careful screening of donors and proper protocols. But some people are experimenting with it less formally, which carries risks. The future may bring more standardized, safe ways to restore microbiome health, possibly through carefully prepared microbial cocktails rather than whole stool transplants. The microbiome is fundamental to health, and FMT represents one of the most direct ways to restore it when it's been severely disrupted. Related to the microbiome is another innovative approach. Trick number 66 is postbiotic lysates. You're probably familiar with probiotics, live beneficial bacteria, and prebiotics, the fiber that feeds them. Postbiotics are what comes after. They're the beneficial compounds that bacteria produce. This includes things like short-chain fatty acids, enzymes, vitamins, and even fragments of bacterial cells. Postbiotic lysates are preparations of these beneficial compounds and bacterial components. Here's why they're interesting. Probiotics have to survive your stomach acid and colonize your gut, which doesn't always work well. Postbiotics don't need to be alive. They're the active beneficial compounds themselves. Research shows that postbiotic lysates can reduce inflammation, support immune function, strengthen the gut barrier, and influence metabolism. They provide benefits similar to probiotics but may be more stable and reliable. Some are targeted to specific health outcomes. Certain lysates support immune function. Others target metabolic health or reduce inflammation. Some help strengthen the intestinal lining, preventing leaky gut. Postbiotic supplements are starting to appear on the market. They represent the next evolution in gut health supplementation. Instead of hoping that live bacteria will successfully colonize your gut, you're directly providing the beneficial compounds those bacteria would produce. This is a simpler, more targeted approach. As research identifies which specific postbiotic compounds provide which benefits, supplementation will become more precise and effective. For people who don't respond well to probiotics or who want a more direct approach to gut health support, postbiotic lysates offer an innovative alternative. Here's something that sounds like science fiction but is real and promising. Trick number 67 is oncolytic virotherapy. This is a cancer treatment that uses viruses to kill cancer cells. Scientists engineer viruses so they can only infect and replicate inside cancer cells, not healthy cells. When the virus infects a cancer cell, it multiplies, eventually causing the cell to burst and die. When the cancer cell dies, it releases more viruses to infect nearby cancer cells. It also releases tumor antigens, pieces of the cancer that alert the immune system. This helps the immune system recognize and attack cancer throughout the body. Several oncolytic viruses have been approved for use, and many more are in clinical trials. They're being tested for various cancer types, including melanoma, brain tumors, and others. Some work alone. Others are combined with immunotherapy to enhance the immune response. The beauty of oncolytic virotherapy is its specificity. The viruses target cancer cells while leaving healthy cells alone. This means fewer side effects than traditional chemotherapy or radiation. And by triggering an immune response, the treatment can work throughout the body, not just where the virus is injected. This is still a developing field, and most treatments are only available in clinical trials or specialized centers. But it represents a revolutionary approach to cancer treatment. Instead of poisoning all rapidly dividing cells or blasting tumors with radiation, you're using biology itself to target and destroy cancer. As the technology advances, oncolytic virotherapy may become a standard part of cancer treatment, offering hope with fewer of the devastating side effects of traditional approaches. Let's talk about literally printing new body parts. Trick number 68 is 3D printed tissue repair. 3D printing technology can now create living tissue. Scientists can print structures using bioinks that contain living cells. These cells grow and organize into functional tissue. Researchers have successfully printed skin for burn victims, cartilage for joint repair, blood vessels, and even partial organs. The technology is advancing rapidly. The process typically works like this. Cells are taken from the patient, so there's no rejection risk. These cells are combined with a biocompatible material to create the bioink. A 3D printer precisely deposits layer after layer, building up the desired structure. The cells continue to grow and develop, eventually forming functional tissue. For now, most applications are relatively simple structures. Printed skin can cover wounds and burns, healing faster and better than skin grafts. Printed cartilage can repair damaged joints. Printed blood vessels can restore circulation. But the vision is much bigger. Researchers are working toward printing full organs: kidneys, livers, hearts. This could eliminate transplant waiting lists and rejection issues. While functional printed organs are still years away, the progress is remarkable. Some patients have already received printed tissues with good outcomes. As the technology improves, 3D bioprinting will revolutionize how we repair damaged tissue and replace failing organs. It's personalized medicine at the most literal level, creating new body parts custom-made for each individual patient. The future of regenerative medicine is being printed layer by layer right now. Here's how new treatments are being developed and tested more safely. Trick number 69 is organoid drug testing. Organoids are miniature, simplified versions of organs grown in laboratories. Scientists can take stem cells and coax them to develop into tiny structures that mimic real organs. These organoids contain multiple cell types organized in ways that resemble actual organs. They function similarly too, just on a small scale. Researchers have created organoids of brains, hearts, kidneys, intestines, and many other tissues. Here's why this matters for you. When pharmaceutical companies develop new drugs, they've traditionally tested them first on cell cultures, then on animals, then finally on humans. But cell cultures are too simple, and animals don't always respond like humans. This means drugs that look promising often fail in human trials, or worse, cause unexpected side effects. Organoids bridge this gap. They're human tissue, but they can be tested on in the lab before any human takes the drug. This makes drug development safer and more efficient. Even more exciting is personalized organoid testing. Doctors can create organoids from your own cells. If you have cancer, they can test different treatments on your tumor organoid to see which drugs work best for your specific cancer. This is already happening in some advanced cancer centers. Instead of guessing which chemotherapy might work, doctors can test options on your organoid and choose the most effective treatment. This approach will expand to other diseases. Organoid technology is making medicine more precise, safer, and more effective. It's accelerating the development of new treatments while reducing the risk of harmful side effects. Finally, let's return to where we started this section, but go deeper. Trick number 70 is senescence targeting. We talked about senolytics like fisetin, which eliminate senescent cells. But senescence targeting is broader. It includes multiple approaches to dealing with these problematic zombie cells. Beyond senolytics that kill senescent cells, there are xenomorphics, compounds that don't kill the cells but suppress their harmful inflammatory signaling. This might be safer in some situations, as senescent cells do serve some beneficial functions, like preventing damaged cells from becoming cancerous. Xenomorphics quiet them without eliminating them. Researchers are also developing ways to reprogram senescent cells, potentially reversing their senescent state and returning them to normal function. And there's work on preventing cells from becoming senescent in the first place by addressing the underlying damage and stress that triggers senescence. The comprehensive approach combines multiple strategies. Use senolytics periodically to clear accumulated senescent cells. Support your body's own clearance mechanisms through exercise, which helps remove senescent cells naturally. Use xenomorphics to suppress inflammation from remaining senescent cells. And protect cells from damage through antioxidants, stress management, and other interventions. Senescence is one of the fundamental processes of aging. Cells accumulate damage over time, become senescent, and cause problems. By targeting senescence through multiple approaches, scientists believe we can slow aging itself, not just treat age-related diseases. This is the promise of longevity science, addressing the root causes of aging at the cellular level. As these interventions become more refined and accessible, we may see the first generation that can truly slow biological aging through scientific intervention. These 10 strategies represent the cutting edge of medical science. From clearing out damaged cells to growing new tissues, from harnessing viruses to fight cancer to testing drugs on miniature organs, science is pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Not all of these are available or appropriate for everyone right now. Some are still experimental. Others require medical supervision, but they give you a glimpse of what's coming. Medicine is moving beyond just treating symptoms to addressing root causes at the cellular and molecular level. It's moving toward regeneration, not just management. And it's becoming more personalized, with treatments tailored to your individual biology. The future of health is exciting and full of promise. Rest peacefully tonight, knowing that science is working to give all of us longer, healthier lives. Welcome to the age of intelligent technology. The tools you're about to discover aren't just passive devices. They're smart systems that monitor, analyze, and even predict what's happening in your body. Some are available today. Others are emerging technologies that will soon transform how we understand and maintain our health. Technology and biology are merging in remarkable ways. So relax, settle in, and let's explore 10 innovations that are making your body smarter and more resilient. Let's start with devices you can use right now. Trick number 71 is advanced wearables that track HRV, oxygen levels, and can even predict illness. You're probably familiar with basic fitness trackers that count steps and monitor heart rate. Modern wearables go far beyond that. They measure heart rate variability, or HRV, which is the variation in time between your heartbeats. HRV is a powerful indicator of stress, recovery, and overall nervous system health. Higher HRV generally means better recovery and resilience. Lower HRV suggests your body is under stress or not fully recovered. Advanced wearables also track blood oxygen saturation continuously, which can detect breathing problems during sleep or drops in oxygen that might indicate illness. Some devices monitor skin temperature, which often changes before you develop symptoms of illness. They track sleep stages with impressive accuracy. They measure respiratory rate. Some can even detect changes in your baseline metrics that suggest you're getting sick, often days before you feel symptoms. This gives you the chance to rest, support your immune system, and potentially avoid getting seriously ill. Many devices now use artificial intelligence to analyze all this data and provide personalized insights. They tell you if you're ready for an intense workout or need a recovery day. They alert you to patterns that might indicate health issues. They help you understand how your lifestyle choices affect your physiology in real time. Devices from companies like Whoop, Aura, and others have become essential tools for people serious about optimizing their health. The data these wearables provide transforms your body from a mysterious black box into an open book you can read and understand. Some people are taking monitoring even further. Trick number 72 is implantable health sensors. Instead of wearing a device on your wrist or finger, these sensors are placed under your skin. They continuously monitor various biomarkers and transmit data wirelessly to your phone or computer. The most common implantable sensors currently available monitor glucose levels for people with diabetes. A tiny sensor under the skin continuously reads glucose and alerts the person if levels are too high or too low. This has transformed diabetes management, making it easier and safer. But the technology is expanding. Researchers are developing implantable sensors that monitor many things: lactate levels during exercise, markers of inflammation, drug levels for people on medication, even vital signs like blood pressure and heart function. Some sensors can detect early signs of heart attacks or other medical emergencies and automatically alert emergency services. The advantages of implantable sensors are significant. They're always on, never forgotten at home. They're invisible, no bulky device to wear. They often provide more accurate data because they're measuring directly in your body rather than through your skin. The sensors are typically very small, about the size of a grain of rice. Implantation is a minor procedure. Some last for weeks or months before needing replacement, while newer versions are being developed that last years. As the technology improves and becomes more affordable, implantable sensors may become common for monitoring chronic conditions and for people who want the most comprehensive health data possible. Your body becomes a data stream, continuously providing information to keep you healthy and safe. Related but more comprehensive are RFID health chips. Trick number 73 is RFID health chips. RFID stands for radio frequency identification, These are tiny microchips, smaller than a grain of rice, implanted under your skin. They can store information and communicate wirelessly when scanned. In healthcare, RFID chips can store your complete medical history, allergies, medications, emergency contacts, and other critical information. If you're unconscious in an emergency, medical personnel can scan your chip and instantly access information that could save your life. They know your blood type, your allergies to medications, your existing conditions. Beyond emergency information, more advanced chips can include sensor capabilities, monitoring health metrics like the implantable sensors we just discussed. Some chips can even deliver medication on a programmed schedule or in response to detected changes in your body. The technology is also being used for access control, allowing you to unlock doors or log into computers with a wave of your hand. While this sounds futuristic, thousands of people worldwide already have RFID chips implanted, mostly in Scandinavia and other tech-forward regions. The procedure is simple, similar to getting a piercing or vaccine injection. The chip sits just under the skin, usually between your thumb and forefinger or in your upper arm. Privacy and security are valid concerns. The chips can be encrypted and require close-range scanning, making unauthorized access difficult. But as with any technology that stores personal data, careful consideration is needed. RFID health chips represent the ultimate in always available medical information and health monitoring, potentially life-saving in emergencies and convenient for everyday health management. Now let's talk about artificial intelligence analyzing your health. Trick number 74 is AI-assisted health modeling. Artificial intelligence can analyze vast amounts of data and identify patterns humans might miss. When applied to health data, AI can create personalized models of your health status and predict future trajectories. Here's how it works. AI systems take your health data from wearables, lab tests, genetic information, lifestyle factors, everything available. They compare your data against millions of other people's data. They identify patterns and relationships. Then they create a model specific to you that predicts how different choices will affect your health. For example, the AI might show that when you sleep less than 6 hours, your inflammation markers spike 2 days later. Or it might predict that based on your current trajectory, you're at elevated risk for diabetes in 5 years. But if you make specific changes, you can reduce that risk significantly. AI health modeling is being used to predict disease risk, optimize treatment plans, personalize nutrition and exercise recommendations, and even predict how you'll respond to specific medications. Some systems can detect disease patterns in medical images faster and more accurately than human doctors. Others can predict heart attacks or strokes days before they happen based on subtle changes in vital signs. The AI is not replacing doctors, but augmenting their capabilities, providing insights that help them make better decisions. For individuals, AI health modeling provides unprecedented clarity about your health status and how to optimize it. Instead of generic advice, you get recommendations tailored precisely to your biology and circumstances. As AI systems become more sophisticated and access more data, they'll become increasingly accurate and valuable for maintaining health and preventing disease. AI becomes even more powerful when predicting illness before symptoms appear. Trick number 75 is predictive illness detection. Your body often shows subtle signs of illness before you feel sick. Temperature might rise slightly. Heart rate variability might drop. Resting heart rate might increase. Breathing patterns might change. Sleep might be disrupted. By continuously monitoring these and other biomarkers, AI systems can detect these subtle changes and predict illness, often days before you'd normally notice symptoms. Several studies have shown this works. Wearable devices combined with AI have successfully predicted COVID-19 infections, flu, and other illnesses before people felt sick. The system learns your personal baseline, what's normal for you. When metrics deviate from your baseline in patterns associated with illness, the system alerts you. This early warning is incredibly valuable. You can take preventive action. Rest more, increase fluids, take immune-supporting supplements, avoid strenuous activities. You might avoid getting seriously sick entirely. You can also avoid exposing others during the early contagious period. For chronic conditions, predictive detection can warn of flare-ups before they become severe. Someone with asthma might get warning that their breathing patterns suggest an attack is coming. Someone with heart disease might get alerts about concerning cardiac patterns. The system gives you time to intervene, take medication, contact your doctor, whatever's needed before the situation becomes critical. Predictive illness detection represents a shift from reactive to proactive healthcare. Instead of treating illness after it appears, you intercept it before it fully develops. This is the future of medicine, anticipating problems and preventing them rather than just responding to them. Now we enter truly futuristic territory. Trick number 76 is neural implants, specifically brain-computer interface technology, or BCI. These are devices implanted in or on the brain that can read neural signals and sometimes stimulate the brain. The most developed application right now is for people with paralysis. Neural implants can read the brain's signals for intended movement. These signals are decoded by a computer, which then controls a prosthetic limb, a computer cursor, or even stimulates the person's own muscles. Paralyzed people have regained the ability to move, communicate, and interact with the world through these interfaces. But the technology's potential goes far beyond treating paralysis. Neural implants are being explored for treating depression, epilepsy, Parkinson's disease, and chronic pain. They could enhance memory and cognitive function. Some researchers envision using them to learn new skills rapidly by stimulating the brain in specific patterns. The technology could even allow direct brain-to-brain communication or brain-to-computer communication without any physical interface. Companies like Neuralink and others are working to make neural implants safer, more capable, and eventually available to healthy people who want cognitive enhancement. The implants are becoming smaller and less invasive. Some newer designs sit on the surface of the brain rather than penetrating tissue. Others might eventually work entirely outside the skull. This technology raises profound questions about human enhancement, privacy, and what it means to be human. But it also offers incredible potential for treating neurological conditions and potentially expanding human capabilities. Neural implants represent the literal merging of brain and machine, opening possibilities we're only beginning to imagine. Let's return to something more accessible but still cutting edge. Trick number 77 is photobiomodulation goggles. We discussed red light therapy panels earlier. Photobiomodulation goggles deliver specific wavelengths of light directly to your eyes and brain. Near-infrared light can penetrate through your skull and reach brain tissue. When brain cells absorb this light, it stimulates mitochondrial function, just like it does in other tissues. Research shows that photobiomodulation of the brain can improve cognitive function, reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, help with traumatic brain injury recovery, and potentially slow neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The goggles typically deliver light at specific wavelengths, usually in the red and near-infrared range, through LEDs positioned around the eyes and on the forehead. Treatment sessions last about 10 to 20 minutes. Many users report feeling more alert and clear-headed afterward. Some notice improved mood. For people with brain injuries or cognitive decline, the effects can be more dramatic. The light is safe, non-invasive, and has no known side effects when used properly. Some devices combine the light therapy with other features like brainwave entrainment or binaural beats for enhanced effect. While photobiomodulation goggles are still relatively new to the consumer market, the science behind them is solid and growing. Multiple clinical trials have shown benefits for various brain-related conditions. As the technology becomes more refined and affordable, these goggles may become as common as meditation apps or nootropic supplements for people seeking to optimize their brain health and cognitive performance. Here's something that sounds like science fiction but is becoming real. Trick number 78 is haptic nervous system suits. These are wearable suits or vests with multiple sensors and actuators that can both monitor and stimulate your nervous system. The sensors track muscle tension, posture, breathing, heart rate, and other physiological signals. The haptic elements, small vibrating or stimulating pads built into the suit, can provide feedback. If your posture is poor, the suit gently vibrates to remind you to adjust. If you're breathing shallowly, it cues you to take deeper breaths. If muscle tension is building, it provides gentle stimulation to promote relaxation. Some advanced versions use electrical stimulation to activate specific muscles, helping with rehabilitation or training proper movement patterns. Athletes might use them to learn optimal technique. People recovering from injuries use them to retrain movement. Some systems include temperature regulation, heating, or cooling different areas of your body to optimize comfort and performance. The most sophisticated versions integrate with virtual reality, providing physical sensations that match virtual experiences, making VR more immersive and useful for training and therapy. Haptic nervous system suits represent a new way to train your body and nervous system. Instead of just thinking about what you should do, you receive immediate physical feedback that helps your body learn and adjust. This technology is still emerging, but early versions are already being used in rehabilitation centers by professional athletes and by tech enthusiasts. As the technology develops and becomes more affordable, these suits could help everyone move better, reduce chronic pain, and optimize nervous system function through continuous biofeedback. Let's talk about assistance for everyday movement. Trick number 79 is exoskeleton posture support. Exoskeletons are external structures that support and assist movement. Medical exoskeletons help paralyzed people walk. Industrial exoskeletons help workers lift heavy loads without injury. But there's a new category, soft exoskeletons for posture support and movement optimization. These are lightweight, wearable devices, often built into clothing or worn over clothes, that provide gentle support and assistance. For posture, they might have supports that make it easier to maintain proper spinal alignment while sitting or standing. They can reduce the effort required to hold good posture, making it sustainable throughout the day. For people who sit at desks all day, this can dramatically reduce back and neck pain. Some exoskeletons assist with specific movements. They might support your lower back when bending and lifting, reducing injury risk for people whose work involves repetitive lifting. They might assist shoulder movement for people doing overhead work. For elderly people or those with weakness, exoskeletons can provide the extra support needed to move confidently and reduce fall risk. The technology is advancing rapidly. Newer designs are lighter, more comfortable, and more effective. They're incorporating sensors and AI to provide assistance exactly when and where needed. Some are nearly invisible under clothing. While current versions are somewhat expensive, costs are dropping as the technology matures. Exoskeleton posture support represents a way to extend physical capability and comfort, allowing people to move better, work longer without pain, and maintain independence as they age. Your body gets mechanical support, reducing wear and tear while enhancing capability. Finally, let's discuss a simple yet effective technology. Trick number 80 is osteogenic vibration platforms. These are platforms you stand on that vibrate at specific frequencies. The vibration transmits through your body, and your muscles contract reflexively to stabilize you against the movement. This creates a form of passive exercise. But the benefits go beyond muscle activation. At certain frequencies, particularly around 30 to 50 Hz, the vibration stimulates bone growth. This is called osteogenic loading. Your bones respond to mechanical stress by becoming stronger. Vibration platforms provide this stimulus throughout your entire skeleton simultaneously. Research shows that regular use of vibration platforms can increase bone density, which is especially valuable for people at risk of osteoporosis. The vibration also improves balance and coordination, reduces fall risk, increases muscle strength and power, improves circulation, and may even reduce cellulite and support lymphatic drainage. Sessions are typically just 10 to 15 minutes. You can stand in various positions to target different muscle groups. Some people use them as a warm-up before exercise. Others use them as a form of low-impact exercise when traditional workouts aren't possible. Athletes use them for recovery and power development. Elderly people use them to maintain bone density and balance. The platforms range from simple home models to sophisticated commercial units with variable frequencies and programs. While they don't replace traditional exercise, vibration platforms are a valuable addition, especially for bone health. Standing on a vibrating platform for a few minutes a day can help maintain strong bones, good balance, and healthy circulation with minimal time and effort. These 10 technologies show how machines and biology are coming together to enhance human health and capability. From wearables that predict illness to implants that restore function, from AI that models your health to platforms that strengthen your bones, technology is giving us unprecedented tools. Some of these are available now. Others are emerging. Together, they paint a picture of a future where technology doesn't replace our biology but enhances and protects it. We're entering an era where staying healthy becomes easier, where problems are detected before they become serious, and where limitations can be overcome through intelligent technology. Rest well tonight, knowing that innovation is continually creating new ways to help you thrive. You've reached the final stretch of this journey. These last 10 innovations push the absolute boundaries of science and medicine. Some are real and available today. Others are experimental or theoretical. And finally, we'll contemplate the biggest question of all. What should we do with all this knowledge? So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's explore the furthest reaches of health technology and the profound questions they raise. Let's start with something incredibly small yet powerful. Trick number 81 is nanobot drug delivery. Nanobots, also called nanorobots or nanomachines, are microscopic devices measured in nanometers. A nanometer is 1/1,000,000th of a meter. These devices are so small that thousands could fit across the width of a human hair. Scientists are developing nanobots that can travel through your bloodstream, seek out specific targets, and deliver drugs precisely where they're needed. Imagine having cancer. Traditional chemotherapy floods your entire body with toxic drugs, killing cancer cells but also harming healthy cells, causing terrible side effects. Now imagine nanobots loaded with chemotherapy that only release their payload when they encounter cancer cells. The cancer gets the full drug dose, but healthy tissue is spared. This dramatically reduces side effects while increasing effectiveness. Nanobots could also clear arterial plaque, reducing heart attack and stroke risk. They could deliver antibiotics directly to infection sites. They could even perform tiny repairs inside cells. The technology is still largely experimental, though some nanoparticle drug delivery systems are already in clinical use. True autonomous nanobots that navigate your body independently are still being developed. But researchers have demonstrated proof of concept. Nanobots have been created that can swim through fluids, respond to stimuli, and target specific cells. As the technology advances, nanobot drug delivery could revolutionize medicine, making treatments more effective while eliminating many of the side effects that make current treatments so difficult. Medicine delivered not to your body broadly, but to the exact cells that need it. Even without nanobots, we can improve how nutrients are delivered. Trick number 82 is liposomal nutrient engineering. Liposomes are tiny spheres made of the same material as your cell membranes. When you encapsulate a nutrient inside a liposome, it's protected as it travels through your digestive system. Instead of being broken down by stomach acid or poorly absorbed in your intestines, the liposome carries the nutrient safely. When it reaches your intestinal cells, the liposome can fuse with the cell membrane, delivering the nutrient directly inside. This dramatically increases absorption. Regular vitamin C supplements might give you 20 to 30% absorption. Liposomal vitamin C can achieve 90% or higher. The difference is remarkable. You get far more of the nutrient into your cells with the same or even lower doses. Liposomal formulations are now available for many nutrients: vitamin C, glutathione, curcumin, vitamin D, B vitamins, and more. They're especially valuable for nutrients that are normally poorly absorbed. Glutathione, for example, is barely absorbed when taken orally in regular form. But liposomal glutathione is highly bioavailable. The downside is that liposomal supplements are more expensive to produce, so they cost more. But if you're taking something for therapeutic purposes and need maximum effect, the increased absorption often makes them worth the extra cost. Some people even make liposomal supplements at home using ultrasonic cleaners, though commercial preparations are typically more consistent. Liposomal nutrient engineering represents the optimization of supplementation, ensuring that what you take actually gets into your cells where it can do its work. Now let's venture into more controversial territory. Trick number 83 is quantum biofeedback scanners. These devices claim to measure subtle electromagnetic frequencies and quantum energy patterns in your body. Practitioners use them to assess health status and identify imbalances. The device typically involves sensors that contact your skin. It runs through thousands of frequencies, measuring your body's responses. Based on these responses, it generates reports about nutritional deficiencies, toxin exposure, emotional stresses, and organ function. Some devices also claim to send corrective frequencies back into your body to restore balance and promote healing. Here's where science gets murky. The quantum physics principles these devices claim to use are not well established in biology. Mainstream science is skeptical of quantum biofeedback, with many researchers considering it pseudoscience. There's limited peer-reviewed research supporting the claims. However, many practitioners and users report positive experiences. They claim the devices help identify problems and guide effective treatments. It's unclear whether the devices actually measure what they claim, whether they're working through placebo effect, or whether there's something legitimate happening that science hasn't fully understood yet. If you're considering quantum biofeedback, approach it with healthy skepticism. Don't use it to replace conventional medical diagnosis and treatment. View it as potentially complementary information at best. The reality is that some health technologies are ahead of scientific validation, while others are simply not valid. Time and rigorous research will determine which category quantum biofeedback falls into. Similar questions surround scalar wave devices. Trick number 84 is scalar wave devices. Scalar waves are a theoretical type of electromagnetic wave that supposedly travels faster than light and can penetrate any material without losing intensity. Proponents claim scalar waves can carry information and energy directly into cells, promoting healing and vitality. Devices that claim to generate scalar waves are used in alternative medicine for everything from pain relief to detoxification to energy enhancement. Users place the device near their body or hold specific components. The device supposedly generates scalar waves that harmonize cellular function and promote healing. The problem is that scalar waves, as described by these practitioners, are not recognized by mainstream physics. There's no scientific consensus that they exist or that these devices actually produce them. The claimed effects are difficult to measure objectively and haven't been validated through rigorous scientific study. That said, some users report feeling benefits. Whether this is placebo effect, whether the devices are producing some real but different effect than claimed, or whether scalar wave theory will eventually be validated remains unknown. Electromagnetic fields do affect biology, that's established science. But whether scalar waves specifically exist and whether these devices generate them is highly questionable. If you're interested in exploring scalar wave technology, do so with eyes open to the lack of scientific support. Don't spend money you can't afford to potentially waste, and never use these devices as a substitute for proven medical treatment. Let's discuss something with slightly more scientific grounding. Trick number 85 is infrasound neuro-vibration technology. Infrasound refers to sound waves below the frequency of human hearing, typically below 20 Hz. While you can't hear these frequencies, your body can feel them, and they can affect your physiology. Very low frequencies can resonate with body tissues and organs. Some frequencies correspond to brain wave states. Infrasound neurovibration devices deliver these ultra-low frequencies through speakers or vibration pads. The idea is that by exposing your brain and body to specific infrasound frequencies, you can influence neural activity and promote desired states. For example, frequencies in the delta range 0.5 to 4 Hz are associated with deep sleep. Exposure to vibrations at these frequencies might help promote deeper sleep. Theta frequencies, 4 to 8 Hz, are associated with meditation and creativity. Alpha frequencies, 8 to 12 Hz, with relaxed alertness. Some practitioners use infrasound for pain relief, claiming certain frequencies interfere with pain signals. Others use it for stress reduction or enhanced meditation. The science here is limited but not non-existent. We know that low-frequency vibrations can affect the body. Whether the specific therapeutic claims hold up requires more research. Some users find these devices helpful, particularly for relaxation and sleep. Others notice no effect. The technology is interesting and worth exploring if you're curious, but maintain reasonable expectations. It's not a miracle cure, but it might offer subtle support for nervous system regulation and state management. Now let's discuss something with solid scientific backing. Trick number 86 is transcranial direct current stimulation, or TDCS. This involves applying a weak electrical current to your scalp using electrodes. The current is very gentle, typically 1 to 2 milliamps, far less than what's used in medical procedures like electroconvulsive therapy. The electrical current doesn't trigger neurons to fire, but it does make them slightly more or less likely to fire by altering their resting electrical potential. When applied to specific brain areas, TDCS can enhance or suppress activity in those regions. Research shows that TDCS can improve learning and memory, enhance focus and attention, reduce symptoms of depression, help with chronic pain, and support stroke recovery and rehabilitation. Different electrode placements affect different brain regions and functions. For example, stimulating the left prefrontal cortex tends to improve mood and executive function. Stimulating motor areas can enhance motor learning and recovery after injury. TDCS devices for home use are available, though using them requires understanding where to place electrodes and what current settings to use. Some people use TDCS while learning new skills or studying to enhance acquisition. Athletes use it to improve training effectiveness. People with depression use it as an adjunct to other treatments. The effects are typically modest but real. It's not going to turn you into a genius, but it can provide a measurable edge in cognitive performance and mood. The technique is safe when used properly, though it's important to follow guidelines. TDCS represents one of the most accessible forms of brain stimulation technology, allowing people to safely enhance brain function at home. Related to TDCS is another stimulation technique, Trick number 87 is galvanic vestibular stimulation, or GVS. This applies gentle electrical current to the vestibular system, the part of your inner ear that controls balance and spatial orientation. By stimulating specific parts of the vestibular system, GVS can influence balance, posture, and even cognition. The vestibular system connects to many brain areas, including those involved in spatial awareness, memory, and attention. Research shows that GVS can improve balance and reduce fall risk, which is especially valuable for elderly people. It can enhance spatial awareness and navigation abilities. Some studies suggest it may improve certain cognitive functions. It's being explored for treating conditions like Parkinson's disease and for helping astronauts adapt to weightlessness and readapt to gravity. The stimulation is delivered through electrodes placed near or in the ears. Sessions typically last minutes to an hour. The sensation is unusual, often described as a subtle pulling or tilting feeling. GVS is less widely available than TDCS, primarily used in research and specialized clinical settings. But as the technology develops, it may become more accessible. The ability to enhance balance and spatial cognition through simple electrical stimulation could benefit many people, from athletes seeking an edge to elderly people wanting to reduce fall risk to anyone wanting to optimize these important but often overlooked aspects of function. Now we enter the realm of genetic editing. Trick number 88 is lab-guided CRISPR previews. CRISPR is a gene editing technology that allows scientists to make precise changes to DNA. It's already being used to treat genetic diseases, develop better crops, and advance research. The concept of lab-guided CRISPR previews is that before making changes to a person's genes, scientists can test those changes in the laboratory first. They take cells from the person, edit the genes in those cells, and observe what happens. Does the edit have the desired effect? Are there unexpected consequences? Once they're confident the edit is safe and effective, they can then apply it to the person. This preview approach is crucial for safety. Genetic changes are permanent. You can't undo them easily. By testing in isolated cells first, researchers can refine their approach and avoid problems. Some labs are going even further, creating miniature organ-like structures, organoids, from a person's cells. They edit the genes in these organoids and watch how the edited tissues develop and function. This provides even more insight before making changes in a living person. CRISPR previews are being used to develop treatments for genetic diseases, to test cancer therapies on patient-specific tumor cells, and potentially in the future for enhancement purposes. The ability to essentially test-drive genetic changes before implementing them makes gene editing far safer and more precise. As the technology matures, genetic medicine will become more personalized and predictable, with treatments tailored precisely to each individual's genetic makeup and tested before implementation. Complementing CRISPR is computational power. Trick number 89 is AI-driven gene modeling. Artificial intelligence can analyze genetic information and predict outcomes with remarkable accuracy. AI systems trained on vast databases of genetic sequences and associated traits can model what will happen when genes are changed. If you edit this gene in this way, the AI can predict how that will affect protein production, cellular function, and ultimately the organism's traits. This is incredibly complex. Genes interact with each other in intricate networks. A change in one gene might have cascading effects on dozens of others. Humans can't keep track of all these interactions, but AI can. AI-driven gene modeling is being used to design better CRISPR edits, predict disease risk from genetic variants, develop personalized medications based on someone's genetics, and even explore potential genetic enhancements. The AI can suggest what genetic changes might produce desired outcomes while minimizing unintended effects. It can predict how different people will respond to genetic therapies based on their unique genetic background. This makes genetic medicine safer and more effective. It also raises profound questions. As AI gets better at predicting genetic outcomes, the possibility of designer babies and genetic enhancement becomes more real. We'll be able to predict and potentially select for traits beyond just disease prevention. This technology is powerful and will require careful ethical consideration as it develops. But for now, AI-driven gene modeling is primarily a tool for understanding genetics more deeply and developing better treatments for genetic diseases. And that brings us to our final question. A question without a simple answer. Trick number 90 isn't a trick at all. It's a question. Should we live forever? All the technologies and strategies you've learned about in this program have one ultimate goal: extending healthy lifespan. Some aim to add years, others decades. Some researchers believe we might eventually eliminate aging altogether, allowing indefinite lifespan. But should we? Living longer sounds appealing. More time with loved ones. More time to learn, create, and experience. More time to contribute to the world. But immortality or extreme longevity raises profound questions. Would life lose meaning without death? Would society stagnate if people never made room for the next generation? Would overpopulation become unmanageable? Would inequality worsen if only the wealthy could afford life extension? Would you grow weary after centuries of existence? These aren't questions with easy answers. Different people will answer differently based on their values, beliefs, and circumstances. What's clear is that we're approaching a point where these questions aren't just philosophical. They're practical. The technologies we've discussed are real or becoming real. Decisions will need to be made both individually and as a society. What do you want? Do you want to live as long as possible? To what age would you want to extend your life if you could remain healthy and vital? What would you do with those extra years? How would you find meaning and purpose? These are worth contemplating. For now, the practical goal isn't immortality. It's health span, the number of years you live in good health. Everyone wants to avoid the situation where you live long but spend your final years or decades in poor health, dependent and suffering. All these biohacking and longevity strategies aim to compress morbidity, keeping you healthy and functional for as much of your life as possible, and making the decline at the end as brief as possible. That's a goal nearly everyone can embrace. Live well, live fully, and when the end comes, may it come gently after a life well lived. And so we've reached the end of this journey. 90 strategies for optimizing your health, from the simple to the complex, from the proven to the experimental, from morning sunlight to genetic editing and beyond. You don't need to do everything you've heard. You couldn't even if you wanted to, but now you have knowledge. You understand what's possible. You can choose the strategies that resonate with you, that fit your life, your values, and your goals. Start simple. Master the basics. Sleep well, move daily, eat real food, manage stress, connect with others. Build from there. Add tools and strategies as you're ready. Test, measure, adjust. Your body will guide you if you listen. Remember, health isn't a destination. It's a journey, a practice, a daily choice to care for this remarkable body that carries you through life. Be patient with yourself. Progress, not perfection. And as you rest tonight, know that you have the power to influence your health, your vitality, and your longevity in profound ways. The future of your health is in your hands. Sleep deeply, dream peacefully, and wake tomorrow ready to put your knowledge into action. The journey continues. Make it a good one.